a lot better. We have a new setup from the clips that y'all first saw. Ugh, goddamn.
Cholesterol.
I had some fucking cause I'm broke as fuck right now. So what's it called? I have a I went to McDonald's and I got 7 $1 cheeseburgers, bro. I still got like 2 or 3 more, I think.
Yeah.
But those will last me a couple days. Real shit. That's all I need to eat. But other than that, I'm straight. And you know what else I need to get? I need to get a fucking arm for this mic.
Yeah, so it's not like on the table.
Shit, yeah, bro. I gotta stand it up like this. But yeah, bro. How's your? Oh, where'd you go? You told me.
Yeah. So me and my dad left Thursday, and we went to it was like right out of San Marcos, which is in between. Like if y'all don't know, it's in between Austin and like San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so it was like the west side of San Marcos. We were there. We did some zip lining shit. That was dope. And there were like 10 different zip lines, and that was fun. And then the next day we just drove around because like there are like a bunch of like little towns like within like 30 minutes of each other, so we just drove around. It was dope.
Fuck yeah. When I went to Vegas, I did a zip lining thing on Fremont Street. That was cool, but it was like it was kind of short.
Mm-hmm.
How long was the zip lining for the ones you did?
Well, so it was like a whole tour. And so there were like 10 different ones. Overall, it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The longest like actual zip line was like 900 feet. It was dope.
Oh fuck no.
And the highest one was like 150 feet off the ground. It was over like a valley.
Dude, fuck that. That's like I don't think I'll ever go. Maybe one day when I'm bored. Skydiving. I'll never go skydiving. I don't know. That shit is just crazy. Oh, I don't know. It would have to last though. Like for me, like shit like that would have to last. Cause it's like a ride, you know. Like, oh my fucking god. Oh shit. Oh my god, I can't stop fucking burping, bro. Them burgers are getting to me, dog. And I put this hot sauce on it, bro. It's tearing through my ass right now, bro. Real shit. Oh my god. But yeah, so I actually wrote down some topics. I left them in the fucking room. Give me 1 second.
All right, bro.
Entertain the people.
Oh fuck. So this is the part where I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. I'm not original. I'm not funny. I'm average. I don't know. I don't do anything well. I'm average as fuck. Over here, he's.
I'm back.
Bro.
Okay. I was prepared. I was doing the podcast with Emily, and like the first 15 minutes was like boring as fuck. So.
Yeah, you gotta get into it.
Okay. And I need to start writing these out on my phone, but okay. Oh my god, yes. There's a frame. You know that musical note frame above my.
Yeah.
Okay, so Emily was taking a nap on the couch, right? And she said that she heard a big bang like in the room, and it was pitch black, and she didn't know what that was. She didn't know what it was, and like that was like Saturday. That was Saturday night at like 4 a.m. Right, and then I was like, whatever. I didn't know what it was. She didn't know what it was. Then that night, that Sunday, because it went from Saturday to Sunday. So that Sunday night, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, something's off. And I was like, the picture frame on the, it fell. It was right behind the refrigerator because it's sitting on top of the microwave is sitting on top of the fridge. I pick it up and the corner's busting and everything. I'm like, what the hell? And I look at the thing. So the back of the picture is rigid. So it's like you can't. The only way to get that picture frame off the wall is if you hit it up. You have to pick it up and then take it off. It's rigid, and on top of that, I don't use a nail, right? I use a screw. So there's a screw in the wall that has ridges already in it, and I'm using a picture frame that has ridges on the back. So it's like it's impossible to move. And that's what she heard fall. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, it's fucking crazy. But it was like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Well, last night, one of my friends, or one of her friends from high school, I've seen her a couple times, but one of her friends from high school got in a car accident yesterday, bro. Dead ass. No, so I'm like, what the fuck? But that happened at the same time, around the same time she got in the wreck. And that's her, like, one of her good friends. And I was at work, and then one of my coworkers, she was good friends with the girl that got in the wreck too. And I don't know, bro.
What the fuck?
Weird shit has been happening like that. What else I put? Okay, so that could be something related to what happened to her friend,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, like, I low key think this whole garage piece is like haunted as fuck. Cause we converted this from a garage to
Yeah.
like a studio and like a living area. So I wrote down garage attic. Why the attic? Nigga, the
That
fucking that's the
I keep
attic.
I keep looking at that. I'm like, I don't.
Bro, that used to not have a top on it, and I would when I was a kid, I would come in the garage and just stare at it because it felt like something was up there, and I would stare at it. Cause I always produced and I always like engineered over here in this like little area where like my bed is.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of speakers and stuff, and I've always like heard like clicks and pops and like snaps. I'm like, what the hell is that? I thought it was like my speakers, but it was like shit from behind me. And I'm like, and all over here used to be like the pool table. It used to be like workout equipment, workout equipment. All this shit
Yeah.
just dusty as fuck. But that's where that had no attic. We used to store shit up there all the time, and I'm thinking like it's probably like rats or like some shit. But I was recording how I made for Venom and something else, and literally like when I'm doing something, anytime I'm recording, when it was a garage, I hear a snap, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like every time I was recording, I recorded the snap. Like it actually have it in the how I made. I'm like, there's a ghost in here, like playing around, but like low key, I think it's like something trying to get my attention by snapping at me, bro. Because it's just so weird. Because whenever I was doing beats and stuff, like trying to get on tempos, I'd always snap.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, like I was snapping, and I'm like, fuck. And then right when I was about to snap, I hear a snap. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like rats or like something, bro. But it was
But it's
like,
too like
yeah,
coincidental.
yeah.
Or like it's too like per what you're doing.
I would always hear that shit, bro. Yeah, per. And like when I was recording, I always recorded. I recorded the snaps. Never. It literally sound like a snap, like behind me, all the fucking time. So the attic shit. When I used to look, like every time I was mixing, like in the videos, anytime I was mixing or whatever, and I had my headphones on, I couldn't hear shit. When I went back to the video to edit it, I'd hear fucking footsteps. Now, okay, here's another thing. Destiny's room is like right over here, but
Yeah.
you won't able to. It's literally sounded like footsteps, like not like
It's not like it's her room. It's like
It's not.
right here.
Yeah. It's like right above me. But when I was editing the video, I'm like, who the fuck is walking? I was thinking it was me, but no, because I was watching myself like
Yeah.
mixing, and then I thought it was like my mom or somebody coming in to like check up on me, but I would hear the door. So it wasn't that. So I just hear
Yeah.
footsteps. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But other than that, it's just like, I don't know, bro. Just weird shit has been going on like around here. And then with the picture shit, I don't see how, because I was looking it up, like I dead ass looked up how picture frames fall off walls, and it was like it's one of two things. Literally, that's one. The two conclusions that I found is it wasn't hung up right, which means the thing that it's hanging on falls. Didn't happen because the nail's still on the wall, or or there's an entity, depending on who like the picture is about or who it is, like if it's a picture of like a family member or something, or just a straight picture that just falls off, someone that you know is going to die. Emily was the only one here whenever she took that nap, bro.
What the?
Yeah, and it happened at the same time her friend got in a wreck, bro.
Fuck.
So I'm like, when she told me that, I was like, what the like a bang? What do you mean? She's like, I don't know, it was a bang. I'm like, okay, because I got back from the movies with my dad, and she was sleeping here all day. Heard that, I found out what it was, and with her, she's real weird about that shit. She just like she brushes it off. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is not coincidental.
Yeah.
Like that's something. So yeah, this go shit. And then last night we were watching Sam and Colby. First time watching these guys or YouTubers. They go like and they do like like paranormal investigations and shit like that.
Mhm.
Never watched them. I saw an episode last night and they went to the Warrens' house. Fucking because I believe all that shit is like, to me, if it's YouTube and shit, like it's just like fake. But like
Yeah.
unless they're really good actors or like I don't know, they were taking shit with thermals and like this. Okay, so they brought a medium with them, right?
Mhm.
And the girl was like, "Yeah, I can see dead people. Like I can see spirits and stuff like that, right? I can see demons, entities." And she explains how they're dressed and stuff like that. And like they'll take her on these adventures to be like, "We're not gonna tell you who or what it's about. You just got to tell us what you see, and then we'll explain it after." So she'll explain all this shit, and then the host of the Warrens' house, he's like, "Yeah, that's there's two little boys or there's two little girls," and they're like, she's like, "Yeah, that's not a boy and a girl. That's two demon entities posing as a boy and a girl." But look. So she's explaining it before the host can explain to the rest of the people like what's actually haunting them. And then the girl's like, "Yeah, there's like a boy like over here in this area. He keeps peeking his head." And then the host was like, "Oh yeah, he does that." Like blah blah blah. And then later down the episode, like in the middle, like Kobe, he's like doing like a thermal shit. Takes a picture of this thermal like being in the corner. Literally looks like a little boy peeking with his two glowing ass. Bro, you can't make that shit up because he recorded it, and it's like you could see his eyes, you could see the hair, and it just blank expression, which is crazy because that's what the girl said. If it's an entity, like if it's an entity or like a demon or whatever, they don't have any expressions. And whenever they got the thermal shit, no expression.
Just like a.
Like a. She said it. She said it didn't look like a smile nor a or a frown, or it just emotionless,
It's
like
like
dead.
straight face.
So that's what she explained it. And that's how she explained it. And then whenever they caught the thermal shit, like it was a boy. Like it was so fucking crazy. You have to see. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. Every shit of that is just like it had me like, bro, like they literally caught that shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
so crazy. And then they they did this test. So they get noise canceling headphones and put it on. And the only thing that they'll be able to hear is like noise canceling. You can probably hear a little bit of the outside, but what makes it realistic is there's a radio frequency that goes into the headphones where they can listen to radio frequencies, and it's noise canceling, so they can't hear anything. So they'll close their eyes, right?
Yep.
And basically the person next to them will ask the entity questions, and it'll go on the transmitter, and they just say the words out loud. Anytime they asked a question, they automatically answered. They waited like 2-3 minutes of nothing, nothing, right? But like every answer that the person that was with the noise canceling headphones, like every answer they gave was was correlated and like planned and thought out to what the questions that they had. It was so crazy, so wild. And they were like one of the questions like, "Who are you?" or whatever, and they would say like Bezel nuts or some shit. These nuts or what is it? The devil,
Beelzebub, I think.
Beelzebub, yeah, right,
Yeah.
or some shit like that. And they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And they look it up. And it's like
Yeah, it's a demon.
oh, fuck, fuck no, oh shit, and it kept saying that. So at the end, the medium, she gets scared. She's like, I'm here to protect y'all, but I can't be down there. They're so smart. It's something so strong. I can't be down there. So she stays up top with two other girls, Sam and Colby. They just stay there. Like, we came across the country to do this. They stay down there, and they're like communicating. They're doing that headphone thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're communicating, and they kept like it keeps saying the name, but basically the reason why it keeps saying the name, they wanted Sam and Colby to chant.
They wanted them to keep saying it.
Holy shit! Yes, and it kept saying it, and it was like leave now, and then it kept saying the name, leave now, go upstairs, we're going up. That's what it said, we're going up. And they were worried about the girls because it's haunted up there too, you know? Yeah. So they're like, what the fuck? So they're like, okay, we got to go. They leave up the stairs. The door is locked. And then the girls on the other side, they had to break the fucking door. It was locked from the outside. Somebody locked it on the outside. And then they showed it. She chipped the paint because she broke the handle. So there's no way that it would have locked by itself because they didn't even know it locked. They knew it had a lock on it. They didn't know how it worked. So whenever it locked, she had to break the lock to get them out of there. So basically they were like, did y'all lock in? They're like, no, we heard rattling. We came up to the door, no rattling. And we walked away and it was unlocked. And then whenever we heard rattling again, which is with them when they went upstairs, they said it was locked. Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Suck my dick. That demon shit, bro. I don't know, just shit like that. I mean, that with alongside like other videos on the internet, shit's just like, oh my god, fuck no. And then the coincidences, it's like some things are just like. Here's the thing about coincidence, all right? So it's like things just you're at some points you're just like, man, what if this happened? And then it does happen. What was a coincidence of the universe and everything at this one particular moment making you think that type of way than it actually happening? You know, it's just no, I can't really wrap my head around that shit like that. That picture frame shit, there's no fucking way that, and nobody came in the room. It was just her here. And it was late at night. So there's no way in hell that picture frame fell by itself. You know? And then on top of that, let's say it was wind or whatever the fuck. Let's say it's thunder even, right? Or earthquake, right? I drilled that fucking what's it called? The screw into the wall so like literally like there's maybe not even a millimeter of space between the wall and when you slip it in. When you know, because it has a ridge like this and then the nails like this, so when you slip it in, it just sits right here. There's not even like a big enough gap for it to like, if you were to flick it like that or, I don't know, bro. But yeah, I'll tell Emily, I'm like, so there's no way like that could have, and she's like, oh no. But she, you know, she doesn't fuck with that shit. So I don't know, shit like that, crazy as fuck. Really, it's really sketchy. And then my coworker, she also knew the girl, right? And here's, oh my fucking god, today at work, I was with her. We were talking about like what happened to, you know, the girl and everything, and how we knew her and stuff. And she was like, yeah, that. And what's it called? She was like, and I also had to put down my dog an hour later after finding out about the wrecking and everything. And like that was kind of like crazy. But we were talking about everything. So you know in offices like they have the sensor. So if you're still for a long time they'll cut off.
Yeah.
She has the sensors like near her desk and shit. So like we're constantly moving, we're talking. Like even when she's alone at her cubicle, the lights don't go off. All the lights went off, right? But here's the thing. So we're talking about this. All the lights went off after a thunderstrike hit. So we're like, oh fuck. The only light that was on was above us. Right? And we're like, what the fuck? But here's the thing. When we walked out into the like it happened, maybe like 2-3 seconds later, we're like, oh fuck. Like what if it's the sensors? So we walk out into like the main area, all the lights cut back on, like if the sensor worked. So, okay. So here's two things which make no sense to me. One, if the thunder struck, cut off all the lights in the office were off except ours.
Except for that one.
Because we looked up and we were like, and then we looked around all of them were off except ours.
So it wasn't the thunder, basically. It wasn't like a power outage.
It wasn't like a power outage.
Because there was that one light on.
Yeah. So that's one, like, let's just blame it on the thunder. The lights above us, let's just say, out of some coincidence, the light was just on us after we're talking about all this, spirits and everything, and all the lights are off. Let's just say it's the thunder, right? Okay, we can say that. Or we're talking about it, and let's say it's the sensor and not involving the thunder. Why the sensor cuts off all the lights in that area?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we were still that whole time, which is wrong because the sensor was right next to her cubicle, it should have cut off all the lights, not just ours.
Yeah.
It's never done that. It never leaves one light on if you're in one cubicle. It doesn't know if you're in a cubicle or not. It just works on one circuit.
It's like the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
But ours was literally, it was a little dim, but like, it was on, like, it was like new. And the other ones were all dark. That happened today, bro. Real shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. And we're talking about this, bro. Like, it was crazy. It was so wild. And then when we stepped out, all the lights turned on. Like the sensor worked or something. Or the power came back on because of electricity. I don't know, bro. But whatever coincidence, whatever side you decide to say it was, that one light being on does not make any sense.
Yeah, no.
It does not make any sense. So that was fucking crazy. Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah, what about you? Have you had any, like, experiences, like, coincidences? But, like, it don't even have to be, like, demonic, spiritual. It could just be, like,
So,
bro, like, the fuck?
Like, from the last time we talked about it, like, last time I was like, yeah, nothing really happened. But I thought about it, and there's one thing, and it's not, like, it's more, like, this person is, like, not a human, is, like, what would be the explanation. So, basically, right, on my dad's side of the family, his stepdad, that's like a huge family, right? And so they, I don't know if they still do it anymore. They might, and we just don't go to it anymore. But every year they would do like a family reunion, and so they'd rent out like this big complex, and there's like a main building for everybody to meet up, and then there's a bunch of like little like, you know, just rooms for people to stay in, like like the families. And so what we do every night, like all the kids, and this is when I was a little bit younger, all the kids would play kick the can, but like at night, right? Have you never played that?
No.
Okay, so basically you have, it's like hide and seek kind of, but like you have a jail, and so like if you get caught, you go to the jail. But then there's like an item that you set up, and it's like out in this one place, and if somebody that's on like the hider team, like goes and like kicks it over. Yeah. Then you yell like kick the can, everybody gets out of jail and it starts over.
Okay. So I guess I played something similar to that, like with tag when I was in like younger, but I never with a can. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay.
So basically we played like a version of that where we'd have, because it was a night, right? And so it was dark, and it was also, the whole place was in the middle of like woods. It was like path and then the place and woods all around it. Mm-hmm. And so it was already a little creepy at night.
Was it like a grassy field? Because you're saying there's woods.
So, like, say, main building, right? Mm-hmm. So, main building's right here. And then you've just got, like... So, you just got, like, all these little, like... It's, like, little houses, basically. Okay. And they would have, like, a few rooms for, like, families to sleep in. Okay. But this is, like, just a big building for everybody to gather in and, like, eat and shit. Mm-hmm. And so it's like that, and then around it is woods, and then there's like the one road that goes out, like, so you can drive out there. Yeah. And so we'd have like the jail area. Mm-hmm. It would be at the main building, like on the outside part. Okay. And so that's where, you know, you'd have the seekers, like there'd be like two of them staying there, so you didn't, you know, like so people wouldn't kick the can over. Yeah. But basically, since it was at night, we'd have, instead of, like, tag or whatever, we'd have flashlights. And so, well, the seekers would have flashlights, and they would, like, shine it at people. Yeah. And so to, like, get them in jail, you'd have to shine it at them and yell their name. And, I mean, we all knew each other because, like, it's all, like, cousins and shit. Yeah. So, we all knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
But none of that's really super important. But one time we were playing it, and one of like my older cousins, he had just gotten into college at that time, and I was maybe in like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a while ago. But he had just gotten into college. He was older. He was like one of the older ones. Mm-hmm. And there's like outside the houses, like the woods.
Yeah.
There's like a few like paths that go like around the shit.
Mm-hmm.
He runs off this way, and so I start to like follow him because we're both like hiding. So I start to follow him, and I lose him. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
And I kind of know like this side of the path. I don't know anything over here.
Yeah.
So I come back out, and I'm just like running around again. Mm-hmm. And he comes out all the way over here, and they're not connected, right? And also when he turned, he went this way. He came out over here. And so I was like hold on,
like Pac-Man,
like you'd like teleport.
Oh,
but like
fuck.
I don't know, it was just so sus. And two, whenever he like ran off, it was like he was running like from something. You know what I mean? Like the way he was running. He was running from something. And then, bro,
fuck that.
But two, and like completely unrelated from that, in those woods there are deer everywhere, bro.
God. Oh, fuck.
Oh hell no! When we would like run out in those paths, they'd be running across the paths and shit like ahead of you. And if you didn't have a flashlight, like if you were like on the hiding team,
you're gonna run into one.
Well, like you just wouldn't be able to see what it was exactly. So it's just like something runs across the path.
Nah,
and you're like,
bro. Like
what? And like me, I'm like 12 years old. Me and my cousins are like 12 years old. We're just like, okay.
Dude.
So we just like turn around and leave.
Bro, hell,
so scary. Bro.
Like imagine you're like, okay, I know there's deer, and you're like, fuck, or let's just say a kid that doesn't know there's deer there. And they're like, oh fuck, like they think it's a big animal.
Ooh, actually, okay, so actually, the most recent one we did, it was before my sophomore year. It was the last one we ever went to.
Yeah.
And my uncle had gotten remarried, and his wife that he married, she had a son. Yeah. And so it was his first one ever. Mm-hmm. He didn't know about anything. He didn't know about the deer, right?
Okay.
And so what you did, like he got scared as shit. He was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a deer." And he was like, "No, it wasn't a deer." I was like, "Yeah, that's a deer." No, it wasn't.
Bro, you ever heard about the it's called a Windigo? Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't.
So
it's like chupacabra. Like I was taught like the chupacabra and shit and the cocoy and like all this other shit, but like I heard the
La
Windigo.
Llorona.
Yeah, La Llorona, all that shit, bro. And it was like, I don't know. Growing up, well, I only learned about the cucuy. Like that's the only way my parents put me to bed. I feel like that's why I'm kind of fucked up when I go to sleep. but what's it called? No, but yeah, like the Windigo, I've heard about. It's like a deer.
So
what the fuck what is?
It depends, because there's like a lot of different versions of that one. I'm not too sure exactly what it is.
Yeah, they're making a movie about it.
Really?
Yes, bro. It's called it's so stupid. Maybe because the title has already been taken, but. It's not called Windigo, but it's called like the Dead. It's a simplified, stupid fucking version of Windigo. Dead deer or some bullshit.
Yeah,
like that's what the title of the name is.
So, on the topic of deer, all right. So in the, I think it's in the Appalachians, and I could be wrong, but in like the Appalachians in that area, right? It's like mountains and shit, right? And I was reading this. I saw a post on Instagram, and then after that, I went and looked it up and watched the videos. Yeah. Apparently, out there's like they have a lot of deer. They run through the mountains and shit. Mm-hmm. Apparently, out there's something called the nada deer, right? And so basically, it's this thing that's like when you first look at it, it's like, oh, it's a deer, and so then you'll like, and it say it's like crossing the road in front of your car, and then you get closer, and it's like. It's a deer, but it's also not a deer. And so the way it was described is like either it would look at you like in a way that a deer doesn't look at people, or it would have like legs that didn't bend the right way, or like have more joints. So like it would like have more like bends in its leg, or it would be on 2 legs.
Fuck No, bro.
And I was reading about this. I was like, what?
Fuck no.
What is
Nah,
that?
bruh.
What? And it's like it's a thing. Like the post basically said it was like telling people like it was like addressed to people that didn't live there, but it's like if you live here, like you know about this.
Oh, what?
So it's like an actual thing. Like people actually like
oh yeah, that's the fucking what is it
the
called?
not a deer.
The not a deer. What
Bro,
the fuck?
Hell no.
Nah, bro. There has to be like some crazy ass people out there too. Like I'm gonna find the not a deer today, and I'm gonna fucking eat it.
It's like those Bigfoot hunters. Or
I
something.
know, bro. Like I've seen it. Nah, bro.
I swear to God.
I swear to God, I've seen.
It's fucking real.
I've seen that shit. Man.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I live above a meth lab, but God damn it, I swear it's real.
I swear to God, bro. I know there's like regular people out here that think that way, like, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
We don't have anything here.
Yeah, there's really not. At least I don't.
No, the
Demon's Road.
Yeah, Demon's Road. There we go. We have.
Never mind,
Demon's
Demon's
Road. I heard that one of my homeboys, he said he went down there and like he has a dusty ass car, and then like
I think I know. Yeah, handprints.
Yeah. He was out there and he saw like little handprints and shit on the bottom of the shit, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like on the windshield.
I've never been out there at night. I want to go out there at night. I know that's like stupid. Like, why would you do that? But like, I want to go out there at night because I've only ever been out there at day, like during the day.
You know, shit. Honestly, Demon's Road is not even that scary. What's scary is going through all them fucking like the path to get there before you enter. It's just like you can get easily robbed out there. It's like I can just imagine all of them are just like that live down there. They're like, oh, they're coming here to see Demon's Road. I'm about to rob the shit out of them. I'm about to fuck their skulls or some bullshit.
Bro, yeah, you could like fuck with people out there.
Yeah, they can definitely like you can get robbed out there. But a lot of kids go out there and you know they experience something. Maybe not. Maybe they're just like, I wasn't scared. But I feel like you have to be up there like. The only way for you to get some crazy shit is if you have to be in that state of mind. Like, because obviously, like, spirits feed off fear and shit like that, which is fucking terrifying. Because it's like, man, I got to sacrifice wanting to get some clips by being scared as shit. I'd already be scared. I'm terrified of that shit.
Hell yeah.
I've only been down there once. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just like, what terrifies me more than anything of like spirit wise is just people like knowing like, oh my God, there's a lot of people come down here. I could literally just with the clown shit, bro. Like that whole clown epidemic that we had, like I don't know what year that was. I think it was like my sophomore year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like when I was in middle school.
I don't know if I talked about it with you, but like the SWAT team and the clown shit at the school. Were you there?
I wasn't there for the clown.
You were in 8th grade or some shit, right?
Yeah. I was in middle school when that happened, but I heard about it like that day. I was like,
oh, that was crazy, bro. Yeah, so, just telling them like, so I'm in high school, and chill day, nothing going on. This when we had mega lunch. So mega lunch, you have like damn near the whole school. They get to choose A, B, C, D.
You know what's crazy? I've never had that.
Oh yeah. I think it stopped after my sophomore year. It stopped. Like after that,
and that was
shit,
like, my freshman year.
Yeah, it was definitely a horrible idea. Honestly, it was great though. Like you could if you miss lunch or it just sucked when you had no friends, and that's what like my freshman year I ate in the bathroom a couple times like that ass there was no fucking room, but you find your group, but like at the time I was a sophomore. And I'm at the lunch table, clown shit's going on, and then this black girl, like, she comes, like, through the entrance. She's like, oh, my God, there's a clown outside. And we're like, what? All confused. Like, we're like, oh, my God, like, stupid shit, right? And then SWAT members with fucking AKs and like they have rifles and shit.
Helmets
and everything. Shit you would see in a GTA. Like it was crazy. They came through the doors and they started pointing at kids and shit. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So here's what I'm thinking. There's a clown leader and they're like, I'm thinking the SWAT people aren't SWAT people because they're pointing guns at kids and shit. No matter if it's on safety or
do.
Yeah, bro. Like they just came in like look, and it all like busted in like there were like they were swatting a fucking streamer or something, bro. Real shit. Like, dead ass, bro. So after all that shit, everybody's going crazy, which is horrible because, like, everybody was punching. Bro, I was walking and this, like, I don't know who it was, but, like, they came and they, like, hit my ankle. I'm like, ah, fuck. And then somebody, like, came and slapped me across the face. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was literally, it was literally like a mosh pit. And I think I ran up the stairs, which is stupid. I should have ran out the building. But I ran up the stairs into, like, a classroom, like, there's some shit going. And I told, like, one of the teachers, bro, that teacher looked at me straight in my face. He was like, I'm on lunch break. Oh, you stupid bitch. But I was like, fuck it. Like, dead ass. He told me, I was like, oh, I'm on lunch break. I have nothing to, because I'm thinking that, like, the teacher knows it's like a fight or some shit. And he just doesn't want to deal with it. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go to the bathroom. I just wait there and I text my mom. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But it's so crazy because that day, there was so many parents that were coming up to the school and like getting their kids. And, oh, man, it was horrible. We were on lockdown, though, of course. So that was terrifying. Just SWAT. You just don't know what's going on. But apparently what happened was somebody in, what is it called, ISS or DAEP or whatever. There was a fight and one of the kids stabbed another kid, and like it got out of hand. I think one of them ran to another room, and yeah, I mean that was it. But people, for the SWAT to be there though, it would just. I feel like
that's
the teacher.
Excessive.
I feel like the teacher was just like, oh my God, there's somebody stabbing kids, and he ran out, and then they got the SWAT. I mean, maybe that's necessary, but like, there's just
the way
to come at Mega Lunch, that was just horrible.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you look, everybody was screaming, yelling, running around, like it looked like ants, bro. So no, that was terrifying as fuck, though. But yeah, I mean, that was like the craziest thing that happened in high school for me. But that's terrifying, bro. Like school shootings and shit like that. That's fucking. I had a dream about that the other week, and I was like, literally taking care of like kindergartners, and for some reason like this little white kid was like mad and he pulled out a gun and he started shooting everybody, and I was like, I'm literally in my dream, I'm like, do I tackle him, do I stop him,
because it's a kindergarten cover, but like what do you do?
So if it were me in real life, I would have socked it. I would have punt that little motherfucker. Pooh!
Damn.
Oh God. No. Fuck no. I probably would have been scared as fuck. I probably would have left. A little taller. Got that. Oh my God. Little
Fortnite kid with the.
Oh shit. Look at my trigger finger. Oh fuck, God. With a pistol. Automatic. Would have went crazy. I would have. I probably, knowing me, I'm just scared. I'm a scary ass dude, so I just take cover. I'll just leave the situation. I told you about the time I went to WHATABURGER and there was a shootout. Yeah, bro. Oh my God, dude. It's so funny because it leads up. So I'm at the WHATABURGER. I'm ordering, bro. I'm hungry as fuck. Right. And like the parking lot is like how the side of the park, like there's a street and there's the start of the parking lot.
Like the Target one?
The Target Academy.
Like the main one?
The closest you can park to the in between the WHATABURGER.
Before it's
across
the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just right across the street, right there. There was a group, like huge group. I thought it was a truck meet, right? But it was like a mixture of people. Usually truck meets are like more white people, some black people. This was like a mixture of everybody, and they were all arguing. And I was like, cool entertainment while I wait for my food. And I was looking, and I could just feel it in my chest. It was like, that's what was going on in my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? So you know what I did, bro? I like that. And like, I'm about to order my food, and I'm like, you know what I do, bro? That happens. I'm like, oh shit. The person in front of me leaves because he was gonna order. So I scoot up to the thing. I'm like, can I? I'm like, no, I gotta go. I was about to order my fucking food. I was like, bro, if there was no more shots going out, I would have definitely completed my order.
Yeah.
Which was crazy too because the person behind me was stuck in between the car behind them. So if I didn't leave and they wanted to leave,
They couldn't have left.
Imagine they get shot.
Oh my god. Just because they couldn't get out of the fucking
I'm like, shit,
line.
fuck you. I'm ordering. Yeah, can I have a number 1 with grilled jalapeno? Pop, pop, pop.
Oh shit.
God damn. Anyways,
can I get my?
Can you make that fry large? Make the Dr Pepper a medium, but go light on the ice.
Hey, put a chocolate shake in there too for me.
Oh yeah. They're like, sir. I'm like, yes.
There are shots fired. God damn it! I want my food.
No, they're like, sir. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Did you want that in a large? What the fuck?
They don't even care about the.
I don't even care.
It's like
the person behind me, like, it's just. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible. Never mind.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh my god. But no, I zoomed off, and as soon as I hit the bridge, cops every direction, north, south, east, northeast, south. He's back. He's fucking dog water. He's a piece of shit. All that shit, bro. Like, they were everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
Oh, no.
Like, it was so crazy because, I know no one called 911. It was like automatic. Oh my god, I tried to snap. It was like automatic.
Yeah.
Like, it was so crazy. Like, they popped out of nowhere because there was one coming literally from Elkins going to the bridge, and then there was one on the other side of the bridge near 11th Street. Yeah, on 11th Street, that bridge. People coming from there. I went to McDonald's and there was a fucking fire truck, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
So many goddamn.
So unnecessary, but there was a lot of people though. Like, I can imagine that it turned out real ugly.
Yeah.
But the next week I had a session with some guys and they came in. I was like telling them about the situation and they were like, "Oh yeah, we were there." I'm like, "Oh, that's great. What happened?" And they're like, "Oh, just some motherfuckers had an argument and one of them got shot. Took to the hospital, got shot in the leg, and the other one fled." I'm like, "Damn, that's awesome. That's why I don't fuck with groups, bro. I don't fuck with groups at all, bro, because you got your little group and you got another little group. Like, and by group, I mean, I don't mind being friends with you. I don't mind being friends with Blow. I don't mind being friends with whoever, as long as it's just friends. And as far as business goes, I like groups because it's just there's expectations. Yeah. If you're not up for the job, like, get the fuck out of here. But it's like, when it comes to like friendships, I like to keep my friends like if you have a group that you're with, or like I'll hang out with you in your group or whatever, but I'm not gonna be solidified in that group. I'll be solidified with you. Same thing with Blow. Same thing with everybody else, bro.
But it's like you're not gonna be friends with that whole group.
I know I know too many people, and I can name y'all motherfuckers, but I'm not gonna say shit. That just love being in groups. They like to group hop and shit. They like to. Somebody's getting offended as fuck right now. I know y'all are like, I don't do that shit. No, you do, bitch. That's why you're questioning yourself. Fucking dumbass. But like that shit, I just see so many people group hopping and they're just like miserable. And it's because you're dealing with multiple personalities, and it's just like it's too much to keep up with. Why keep up with multiple personalities? Like, this one dude I was friends with, he was always trying to get me in his little friend group. Every time I would hang out with him, he always bring his friend group. So it was like, I'm not hanging out with him all the time. I'm hanging out with his friend group as if we're all group.
Yeah.
They start talking shit. I'm like, I don't want to be around that. So I stopped. I started being distant with the dude. And then he was like, bro, like, I'm always checking up on you. I'm always asking if you want to go out. I'm like, bro, I just don't want to go out anymore. I just like it here. I like being at home. If you can't respect that, then I'm sorry. Like, that's just me. And then he was like, whatever, fine. Like, a month later, he's checking up on me. A month later, he's checking up on me. I'm like, cool. And then the next month, he's like, bro, you never check up on me. And I straight up told the dude, I was like, why are you acting like a bitch, bro? Like, literally, it's like bitch, like, made. Like, anybody that's doing anything that's making them busy or whatever the fuck, like, you can have friends and not be, you can have friends and not, like, have to check up on them all the time, you know? And you can't deem someone as fake if they're not checking up on you.
Yeah, because maybe that's not what they want to do.
Yeah, bro. It's like, I respect that. As long as you don't talk shit about me and, I help you, you support me, I support you, so vice versa, everything. Yeah. Then it just makes sense to me. But, like, just to have, like, friends with those high school mindsets. I'm just like, bro, I literally want you to die. Holy shit. No. But like, imagine. Nah, but like, just I hate that shit so much. I'm like, I already graduated. I really don't want to deal with that shit. And sometimes I get a job and it's like that. You have to be in a group, you know? And that's that. I mean, that's another thing. Like I said, like when it comes to like having a job or something, having groups is fine. But what makes jobs like bad is one, you're forced in a group, you're forced to work with them, and you're probably not doing a job that you aren't passionate about. So it's like those three things are just like fuck, like nothing is gonna, you know. And they try to be friends with you, you know. They're like, oh, we gotta be blah blah blah. But it's like just do your job, help me out, I'll help you out. That's it. That's all it should be. Nothing else. I mean, that's just the way I function. But I just cut out all the bullshit. Like people try to like sweet talk me and shit. I'm just like, you don't gotta do that. Just help me out whenever I need help. And then they see it, they take it personal when I don't want to be personal with them. Like, bitch. It's so stupid, bro. But, yeah, bro. What kind of topics do you got, bro? What do you got, bro?
Shit. Well, I mean, even...
Yeah.
Like, even this year, like, I've always had, like, different friends in high school.
Yeah.
But, like, this year specifically, there were, like, two main groups. And, like, I'm not gonna name who it is. Like, if you know, you know. But, like, I don't know. It was hard trying to balance between the two groups because, like, you know, I don't want to be, like, distant from anyone. I also don't want to be, like, oh, y'all are fucking weird now. I'm hanging out with these people. Like, I'm friends with these people. I'm not trying to alienate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you almost get in a group mindset where it's like, oh, well, now I'm with this group, so it's fuck this group.
Yeah.
Or I'm with this group, so it's fuck this group. But, like, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. I took a psychology class in in college, like when I was a sophomore, and no, it was like freshman, and like my second semester, and basically they were talking about groups and shit. I think that they said the most dangerous ones is when it's a lot, or when there's like an odd amount of people, or if it's just three people. Three people groups never really end up doing well, especially with women and shit like that. But it's like, you know, because, you know, guys are more lenient when it comes to like that shit. Most guys, right? But like, yeah, we just went over the different relationships, like the different personalities. So we did a test of where like, literally it was like, they were grabbing like a simulation of different personalities, and they would put them in groups, and they made us test what the outcome would be, and like most of the time it would be like that. And, like, they would use real-life situations like the Kardashians or, like, just real-life shit, just reality shows. And it'd be like, she has this type of personality, she has this type of personality. We're going to study their personalities. We're going to put them in a group, which they already done, and we're going to see what the outcome is. Outcome was always accurate, which was crazy to me. But out of that whole shit, I was just thinking, like, wow, fuck groups. Like, it was just, like, and you can be in a group and, like, chill and shit, like, but it's when you're 100% always with that, like you can't function without that group. And I know
like
people
you need to kind of like diversify and have like friends outside of there.
Yeah.
That way, it's like if something goes on there, it doesn't completely eliminate your whole like social. Like,
exactly. And I don't know. It's so weird. Like I and it might be, you know, maybe an insecure thing. It might be like a. Like, oh, I'm lonely. I hate being lonely. I gotta have people just to be around with. I don't know. It could be a multitude of things.
And it goes with personalities too.
Yeah, exactly. And
like, it just depends on what you need. Still.
But you know, I know people, like I know them personally, and I know how they function in different groups. They act different. You know, you don't act the same when you talk to me. You don't act the same when you talk to your parents or anybody else. It's different.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're talking to that many people, like in groups and like different groups, or you try to, you know, it's unless you're real as fuck. Here's the thing. I feel like it's easy to be yourself around other people when you're alone most of the time. I feel like, or like it depends on the personality, or you could be around a bunch of people where you adapt to like, okay, I'm tired of, you give up at one point. You're like, okay, I'm tired of acting like this to this person, this to this person. I'm gonna just be a higher level me or a lower level me, no matter who I'm with. You can learn to turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. But it just depends. But it's I feel like a lot of the times, I think moral of the story: the more people you have in your group, the more problems you're gonna have, and that is regarding anybody, no matter who you work with, no matter who you're friends with. I mean, even with family too, bro. Like, you're with them all the time, and like some kids rather spend $500, $1,000 to $1,000 like living away from their parents whenever they have that freedom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that has to say something about how long relationships can last until a certain point.
Yeah.
I know a lot of women who have daddy issues, and I know a lot of guys who have like mom dad issues, and it's just it kind of makes sense, but it's just I don't know if it's always been like that, and we just now are not tolerating it as much.
Yeah.
Or
because I mean too, like with the amount of like interconnectivity we have with other people our age because of like social media and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to realize what's wrong instead of just being like, oh well, that's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, if something's wrong, then now you can like try to explore options outside of that.
Exactly.
And like with the groups too, like if you realize that there's a problem with that group, don't be so much part of the group.
Yeah.
You can do that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good to have like friends that are just individual friends.
Exactly. Hell yeah, bro. So yeah, the Spider-Man game. So like, did you finish it? You finished the Spider-Man PS4, like the original?
Yeah. I got that like I think early 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so I finished that a while ago, and then the one I got the second one, the Miles Morales one. That game is dope as fuck.
You finished it?
Yeah.
Did that have DLC? I forgot.
It doesn't have DLC.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Because the first game had DLC. The first game had like.
No, you're right.
It had like the 3 things, and it was like all one like extra story.
Yeah. It was. No, you're right. I know the first one had DLC. I bought all of them. The game came out, bought it as soon as I seen the trailer. Every day I was on Reddit. The first time I ever been on Reddit.
Yeah, I bought it as soon as I could.
Oh yeah, as soon as it came out, I was like, "This shit is dope." Because I used to play the original shit. It was on
PS3.
No. Like way back. I think it was on it was before the PS2. What was it? It was a cartridge one. It was a cartridge game, and it was the original.
Was it the first PlayStation? Or was it like?
It might have been the first PlayStation. I remember the thing was a cartridge, and it was a Spider-Man game, and it was the original. It had like all the villains in it. It had Electro. It had fucking. I remember Electro the most. It had Dr. Octopus. It had all of them, bro. But like, I remember playing that. Like it was the one where you're going from building to building, but the ground is like black. Like if you fall, like it'll spawn you on top of a building. Like you couldn't even. It was like
just like the rooftops.
Yeah. It was like a beat 'em up, like simple. It was an old game. It was like pixelated.
Yeah,
bro.
That's crazy.
That was like one of the the Insomniac. They were inspired by that game. I forgot the creative director. You know what he looks like though. If you looked at the interviews and shit, like
I think so.
I think he's like the head of the creative directory of Insomniac, but he was inspired by that game. And when I was playing this game, bro, it was just like so nostalgic. Like everything you would want in a Spider. Like I like hyperrealism. Wait, does that make sense? What is hyperrealism? Like where it's just like it looks real in a video game.
So that's more like the behavioral stuff, is like with AI and shit like that. That's so like Red Dead or like GTA. Yeah, that's hyperrealism.
Oh yeah.
That's where it's got like AI that's like it reacts to what you do.
I love that shit. I love that shit. And when this Spider-Man game came out, bro, it was nostalgic. I have Snapchats of me like playing the game and like screaming, like I was so excited.
Bro,
Oh my fucking god! Like the trailer, I literally kept up with it every single day until the release date. I was on Reddit. I was looking at they would do trailers like so they would do the trailers leading up. Oh shit! God, fucking shit! They would do the trailers leading up to the game, and they would be like, okay, this suit is in the game. This suit is Scarlet when the Spider Scarlet one where he's wearing the hoodie. And then, oh man, when that came, I was like, bro, no fucking.
They have some cool. They have some cool ass suits.
And then I know they added one I did not play with yet. I know they added the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit, the original.
The original, like the Amazing Spider-Man where it has like the silver lines on it.
They have that. That's the one I didn't play with.
Well, they have the ones from all the like MCU ones. So like the Stark one, and then they have the upgraded version where it's like the black instead of the blue.
Yeah.
They have the stealth one from Far From Home where it's got like the goggles.
But like they remember this, you know what Sam Raimi is from the original. Yeah, they have that Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, that one's dope.
Just so crazy. That came out on when did it come out? December 25th. Like it was a Christmas like thing that they.
Oh,
were,
for
like,
real?
Yeah, I remember because I followed the Insomniac on Instagram. Yeah. They're like not congratulations. They were like a surprise. Like we gave y'all the suit that y'all always wanted. And I've always wanted it. Cause I grew up watching Spider-Man. Like it came out in 2001, 2000 and shit. So I gotta watch that shit.
Yeah, that's older than I am. Fuck.
Yeah, that shit was amazing, bro. When it came out in theaters, the feeling, bro. Nah, because that was at a time when Spider-Man came out, like superhero movies. Like before that first Sam Raimi trilogy happened, it was Batman Begins, and was it before that, or was it after? Somebody set the tone for superhero movies, and it was either Batman or Spider-Man. I think I'm gonna say it was Spider-Man first. And then after that came Batman. Batman Begins, which was like the first movie of
DC.
The whole what's the director's name? Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole Christopher Nolan films. Right?
Well, but like the superhero ones?
Like for Batman. Like the Batman Begins.
Wait, the actor?
No, the director is Christopher Nolan, and he started like the first Batman. He directed the first Batman Begins, and then the last, which was like the one Heath Ledger's Joker. That whole trilogy. Yeah. Like that was like the like hope for all superhero movies. So really, he started it, and then after that was. I
didn't know he directed those.
Oh yeah, Christopher Nolan. He also directed Tenet. Have you seen that movie?
I fucking love that movie.
It's crazy. That was a good ass movie, bro. Real shit. I love that movie. Yeah, so weird.
Yeah, I watched it in theaters, bro. The whole time I was like, "This is gonna happen," and then it fucking happened. Like whenever,
bro.
Fucking spoilers. But like whenever they were the first time they were at the airport, like before they went back in time.
Yeah.
The first time when I forget the people's name, but the main character was fighting the dude with the helmet, I was like,
"Oh yeah,
the dude in the helmet. Oh, that's him. That's the same guy,
dude."
I was like, "No, that's him." Bro. And then when it went back and he put the fucking helmet on, I was like, "Yo,
shit!"
Fucking knew it,
dude. That was fucking crap. I remember I was seeing my parents. My parents were like, "What?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, y'all dumbasses."
And low key, and like, look, like if you were there, like. Look, no shade, but like y'all were confused as shit. Y'all didn't know what was going on. I'm just being real. Like I was some of y'all.
My parents were like, "What is going on?" Like they were like,
"Yeah,
what?" I'm
like, "What's happening?"
That was honestly like low key a masterpiece. You know, the most. I remember the trailer for it. How there were smoke bombing the orchestra. That felt so big to me. You know what I'm talking about? That scene where they're smoke bombing the orchestra and he goes undercover for the SWAT team and they started swatting and shooting. All those people passed
at the
out.
Beginning?
Yeah. Oh, man. That was in the trailer and I was like, this is different. Like, this feels different.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems so much bigger. Like, I don't know what it was. It's just the feeling of it. And then Travis Scott released a single based. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
He released a single to promote the movie Tenet.
That's crazy.
What's it called? I think it's literally called Tenet by Travis Scott. Yeah. And it's kind of weird. It's not like pop or anything. It's not even catchy, but it was a dope song.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I don't know. I looked it up after. There's a thing, and it's he tied it into the whole movie. I forget what all it was, but like the word Tenet is like reversible, right? And so it goes with the theme of
yeah.
you're reversing and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's apparently this like old
square.
Yeah, the
Tennis
square.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has like the
Oh,
name, like the different words.
Yeah.
One of the names is like the main antagonist. It was his last name. They used that from the square.
Oh shit, wrong one. God damn it. Fuck. Oh shit.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Shit.
I'll show you.
Nah, that square had something to do with fucking bro.
The Seder Square.
The Seder Square. Seder Square.
So Seder is the last name of the antagonist.
Shit.
And then
I really want to do a deep dive into because I mean, there's videos on YouTube and shit that'll explain it, but like that shit is just I like making connections like that. That's just
it's crazy.
So crazy.
And then too with that movie, so Tenet was like time and like time travel. Mm-hmm. Christopher Nolan has done he's got all kinds of fucking movies, right? And then he had Interstellar, which is space, and then he had Inception, which is dreams. Okay. So he's like exploring all these different things with reality.
Oh man,
it's crazy. That's I think there was another one that was like it's probably some famous ass movie. Yeah. I just forget what it is, but it is like another thing of reality.
Really. Oh, that's so cool. There's two things. Okay, one Candyman that's coming out. Have you heard about that? Mm-mm. Bro, okay. Have you heard about Candyman at all? Oh! That's the thing about y'all. That's the thing about y'all young bloods, man. That's the thing about y'all motherfucking young bloods, man. Yeah. Nah, I'll tell you about Candyman in a little bit. Because that was when I was young. My parents used to say Cucuy, Chupacabra, and the Candyman.
Oh, it was like a fucking...
Bro, I'll tell you.
Folktale or something?
Mm-hmm, all right. Mm-hmm. And then just keep that in mind. And then there was something else. There was another movie that's coming out. Fuck it. Whatever. Candyman. Basically, this dude, he put candy. No, he put razor blades in candy. Give them to children on Halloween. Eat it. Cut their fucking mouths up. Everybody found it. Was like kind of like a Freddy Krueger. You remember how Freddy Krueger he was molesting kids and shit, and then the parents found out, they burned him, and then he came back to life in the kids' dreams and stuff when they grew up. It's like that, but Candyman basically he did that. The cops beat him. He was a black man. Cops beat him, and now he was showing up in everybody's in the mirror. So he acted as if when you say Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror, he shows up when you say Candyman 3 times. The movie will explain it. I don't want to, I don't want to get too deep into it because Jordan Peele is directing that movie. That's gonna be his third directed movie. So the first was
Get Out,
Us, and then now it's Candyman.
I haven't seen Us. Is that good?
Us. That's the duality shit. Where
I think so.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of connections you can make with that. A lot of theories that they came out with.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Yeah, but yeah, Get Out is a good ass movie.
Oh man, I remember. You remember when everybody was cheering and shit in the theater at the end whenever the cops came, and there was his friend. And he was like, I'm T.S. motherfucking A, and everybody was cheering and shit, laughing. Yeah. That was such a satisfying ending. Yeah, it was perfect, and that's why I respect directors so much. I've always wanted to be in a movie. I always wanted to make a movie. I just love the cinematography. I love shots.
Cinema's fucking cool.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. I have a new appreciation for it ever since I don't know, I think my dad my dad loves watching movies. I love watching movies. He he watches it from surface value, I can tell. And if the narrator wants you to look at if there's a clue, a deep clue, that's a part of the story, he'll understand that, he'll follow it. But that's surface value to me. The real shit is whenever the shit in the background, the atmosphere, why
it's
is
something
here?
That's
the clues
going on that also has to do with
it has to do with the story, but it's not included in the shot at all. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like something you have to pick up on your own.
The subtle shit, yeah. Just shit like that is just so even in dialogue. That's what made Christopher Nolan so good. Is he had his actors do certain aneurysms, or if they were guilty, they'd show a sign of guilt that you would have to talk to a psychologist about, that would make sense for them to do that if they were lying or if they were telling the truth. All that shit is just so fucking crazy to me. You can go deep. You can go deep into that shit. That's what it was. Not the Candyman shit. A24. You know A24 films? They make like Midsummer. Have you seen Midsummer?
I've heard of it.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. You need to watch it. It's fucking crazy. It's like cults. Oh, it's so crazy. A24 is a. I don't know what they are, but I'm gonna say they're like a movie production team, I guess. Basically, anytime you see a movie with have you seen Hereditary? Oh my God! These motherfucking young bloods. No. Hereditary, you need to watch that.
All right.
So Hereditary and Midsummer, you need to watch. Like those are two movies that you need to experience. Hereditary is like it's not like any other horror movie you've ever seen. Like it's like they don't do many jump scares. They don't. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna say they don't do many jump scares, but it's the most perfect jump scares that actually get you scared. What do I mean by that? You're like the camera's like this, and it's like a dark background, and it's showing like a frame of a guy or whatever, and they're just like. It's a scene that's appropriate. Like, you can see the dread in their face because of something they did. So it's about their dread. That scene is about the dread. Kind of boring. And in the background, someone's been on the wall the whole time and they crawl away. And you thought it was a part of the wall. So you're just
I actually love shit like that.
Oh,
where
no.
it's like, oh, it's like, oh, that's just the background. And then something like moves off. It's like, oh, that was there the whole time.
No, yeah, you need to watch Hereditary.
All right.
It's a fucking creepy movie. Like that's a modern day scary movie. That's a modern day scary movie. Like, and I don't take that shit lightly. Like like scary movies, I don't take that shit lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last best scary movie to me was The Conjuring and Annabelle. Those, because they had creepy aspects to it, and it's like, have you seen The Conjuring?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Annabelle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I haven't seen the original Annabelle, but I saw the one.
The original. What do you mean? The first Annabelle that came out.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you need to watch it.
Yeah, I've seen the first Conjuring though. That was good.
The first Conjuring, yeah,
That's good.
That was really creepy. That was actually based on a true story.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is a lot of that shit. You would think it's like most movies they hyper. You know, they like add hyperbole, exaggerate films based off. Well, when the guy was looking over, like when he was making the script for the Warrens, like everything experience, he de-exaggerated it from what actually happened.
So they like removed details.
They wanted a PG-13 rating. They said if they would have added a lot of the shit that was core to the movie, what the movie was about, it would have been a rated R easily. And it didn't have no sexual or cussing, and it's still rated R. That's what the director
crazy.
said. That director said he had it de-exaggerated. Not he didn't say it like that, de-exaggerated, but like
he just had to like there was
he
stuff
had
they
to
had
tone
to
it
cut.
down. Oh yeah, a lot.
That's
a lot.
crazy.
So the stuff that it was scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like the snap. Remember the shit? Remember when she was playing? No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
No, that shit was horrible. But
and there's always like signs too. Like I think at the very beginning when they get to the house and it's like the clock is stopped.
Yeah.
There was something about the clock.
The 3. Oh, that's another thing.
I forget what it was.
So remember, you know, my coworker's friend, her friend,
Mm-hmm.
she died. Deaths always come in 3. So the reason why it comes in 3 is because it's the devil mocking the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, and something else. What was it? The Holy Spirit, Holy
like
Ghost?
the Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity. It's literally the devil is mocking. They said that that's what it was. Holy Trinity. I've been trying to figure out that word all day. A Holy Trinity. It's the devil mocking God. If horrible things happening, it's holy. He's anything that comes in 3s. Because she told me today, she was like, my dog died, my friend died. If somebody else dies, it's they say 3 is like bad things come in 3 or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
that's
and
crazy.
I told her, I was like, that that why that is, right? And then she was like, why? And I didn't want to say it because it's kind of insensitive, but I was like, it's the devil mocking God's creation of the Holy Trinity. I didn't say Holy Trinity. I just now figured out that word, but I was a Holy Spirit, Holy whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've never heard of that.
That's what I heard. Like,
I mean, that makes sense.
It's so crazy. It's
what the hell?
It's wild, bro. But all that shit. But anyways, going back to the fucking A24. A24 is a movie production company, and they make a bunch of clever movies. They used to make they made a they made a short film called Meet the Johnsons. Have you seen that? Where the dad was the son was molesting his dad, and the dad was like trying to keep quiet about it. And he was writing a book, and then the oh man. It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. It's a short film. It's a short film.
So
I don't know if
it's
it's made by A24, but it's
Find
it's
out.
called Meet the Johnsons. I'm not sure if it's made by A24, but it's a black family, and
But it's a horror movie?
it's a horror short flick, like a thriller. Not much horror, but like the shots,
The
vibe.
strange things about the Johnsons?
Let me see. Yeah.
Alright.
The longest clip you can find, that's probably the movie, but it's a short film.
It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, bro. But Hereditary, Midsummer, that one, I believe. Oh, I know for the first two are made by A24. A24 is just like they're really trying to get out the box with like modern movies and shit, and they're doing it perfectly.
Yeah.
Who's working with A24? Travis Scott. He just released today on his Instagram. I'll put a picture up for y'all. He put up this picture. Cause he's been doing like the music videos, and when he did the shoe release, he had that little trailer, and it looked just like a movie. I'm like, he's getting into movies. And then with the release of Jack Boys, the EP that he made a while back, Jack Boys, and the whole music video was like based off cars, and I'm like, this looks like a movie. This looks too much like a movie. Like, and then he's working with Tenet. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a thing for Tenet,
Which is
So that's the title. The last two letters is IA by Travis Scott. First draft, A24, Cactus Jack,
what?
A24. So now when we go to A24, yeah, they make movies, and obviously, but like, if we go all the way down, let's see if they promoted their.
Oh, and The Green Knight. Where have I seen that? Hold on.
and
is that a movie?
They're coming out with a movie. Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. I saw that on. That's out, I think, already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this
I
is
saw
very
that.
different from anything they've ever released. It's like, but like, look at just everything about, like the look and everything, the vibe. But like, they made movies.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, I didn't know what it was, but it looked interesting.
Did they make Euphoria Part 2? I don't know.
Oh, for real?
I think they might have helped out with Euphoria. They keep promoting
And
it.
so I know Zendaya is like the main character. Isn't she like a producer of it too?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Let me see. I think they work on Euphoria too.
That's cool.
So you see what I'm saying though? Like that vibe. They're really trying to step out their boundaries of just like what is a appropriate film. No, they passed that shit with strides. Did they make Uncut Gems? They made Uncut Gems.
Okay, I haven't watched that, but I saw.
Yeah.
It's with Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I wanted to watch that.
Wow.
It's on Netflix. I need to watch it. But yeah, I
think
saw
they
that.
made eighth grade. They made 8th grade too. What the fuck?
That's
Look,
crazy.
Midsummer, A24. That's the girl from Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
And this is an actual festival in real life, but they taking it to Nah, this shit is wild, bro.
So it's like they're at this place, and it's like stuff's happening, and they're like, it's normal.
Okay, so the whole thing, yeah, it's like tradition. Like so Midsummer loves to convey a message of like, this is the bigger message. Why can't we question it? Right? So like Midsummer, it's these regular people, it's modern day, they go to this place, they're doing these festivals, and they're doing this thing where it seems like a cult to us now, but like they're sticking to their traditions. Don't question it, right? So they're like sacrificing people. They're doing all this crazy shit. You need to watch it. Shock value. You want to watch that, and it's a good story. You need to watch that. It's crazy.
Is it a movie?
It's a movie.
Okay.
It came out in theaters, select theaters, and there's a reason why. But yeah, like they really make you question, like, wow, like why don't we question tradition? In that movie, and like in Hereditary, it's more like it touches on a lot of things, but it's so fucking scary, bro. Like I can't even. It makes you. That's the because when I was younger, I seen any scary movie, I would look around like, oh my god, like I never after that never had that feeling. I'm like, just a movie. That movie right there made me come home and like look at corners in my room and like, is it gonna move? Am I seeing figures? Nah, there's a lot of that in there, but they're really artistic with it and it's so dope. I can't even. You just gotta watch it. Midsummer, Hereditary, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. They made other short films too that were fucked up. It's almost like if Black Mirror made a movie. If Black Mirror was,
fucking love Black Mirror.
I would not even hesitate to believe that A24 worked on some of the production of Black Mirror. Yeah, not one bit.
Especially, bro, my favorite season is season 4. Like all the episodes in that season are crazy. Really? Especially the last one with
What are some of them?
So the first one is like there's the girl at the beginning and she's like a little girl and she was missing, and her mom's looking for her and she's gone for like hours. And she finally finds her, and after that she takes her to like this place and she gets like a chip implanted. And it's like connected. Well, it's in her brain actually. Yeah. And so her mom has this app, or it's like a tablet. Yeah. She can see what her daughter sees. She can tell where she is. All this shit.
Oh yeah, and she starts smoking weed with that guy in the van and shit.
Yeah, and well, but like it's for like a while. She watches her, but then at a certain point, the girl's like, "Stop watching me, like, stop." And so the mom stops, and then a few years later, she gets paranoid or whatever, so she turns it back on, and that's when she saw like she was smoking with the friends.
Oh yeah.
And then she went back like a week ago, and that's when she was like having sex with that guy. Yeah. And then the mom went to the guy at his job, and he's like, "Don't ever talk to my daughter again, like ever, because you're overage and she's not." Yeah. And so but then the girl found out, and then she kills her mom.
God, oh my god.
And then but after, but like the main reason was because the mom put like abortion pills in the shake that she usually has. Oh. And so cause she probably got pregnant, and so she put pills in the shake. Yeah. And the girl, cause like she was at school and she was like having like stomach issues. She went to the nurse. She was like, "Why am I?" And the nurse was like, "Oh, well, it's common with like abortion pills and stuff like that." And she was like, shit. "Abortion pills." So she went home and she found it, like the box, like in the trash. And so she knew her mom had been watching her. Because she put the abortion pill in her like shake that she had every morning.
That's crazy because she didn't know how long she's been being watched. Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah, and so then she found her mom watching her, like past stuff again. Yeah. In the house, and then that's when she killed her. Damn. And then she ran away. But that whole season, I really love.
Man, I watched when I heard about, because I hate binge watching shows. I hate starting shows. I hate doing that shit. When I saw Black Mirror, bro, because everybody was talking about it. I watched the first episode. I'm like, bro, this is different. And then I started watching more. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's just like a different kind of vibe.
Couldn't stop watching. It's
crazy.
It's fucked up. I like fucked up shit. Because it really quite like I like when it's fucked up. I like shock value shit, only to an extent. If there's no subject matter to dive deep into, like that's what I like about what's it called, A24 and Black Mirror, is because they make you question like all the things that we think is simple. Like, it's this easy fix. Like, why don't we just have chips in our brains that memorize everything? And then there was that one episode where that lady, him and the husband, they kill that man by accident in like this.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had and then the baby. You remember that?
And she like killed the baby, so it was like, so they don't go into the baby's memory too. But then they got the hamster. And so they went back in the hand, cause remember, do you remember the whole episode?
No.
Okay, so there was basically like this accident, and like the people that were investigating that have it's the police have like the technology to look at your memory, and so they were like going through people at the scene, and that lady and her boyfriend from whenever they accidentally killed the guy, they were meeting in this hotel, and it was like on the same street like that the accident happened or whatever. And so basically she was going through people that were there. Yeah. and it finally linked back to the lady. And whenever she was going through her memory, she was like, all right, I need you to think, like, what happened with the accident, whatever. Because, like, I just need to know what happened. I need to know the details of the accident. And so then when she did it, she saw, she killed the guy, which was her boyfriend from when they killed that other guy.
Yeah.
And she saw that she killed him. And she was like, I got everything I need. You know, I'm good. And she was, like, all, like, timid and shit.
Yeah.
And so the main character, like, followed her out and then knocked her out, took her to a shack and killed her after finding out she had her husband. And she was like, all right, I'm going to... The lady was like, don't kill my husband. She was like, he knows you're here. Damn. And so she went, killed the husband, and then there was the baby. But she didn't know there was a baby at first because the husband was like by himself.
She didn't know there was a baby.
And so then she heard the baby and she's like, oh shit, they're going to check the baby. So then she killed the baby. But there was a hamster in the room with the baby.
Oh, I didn't remember that. I don't remember that.
And so they went and the police checked the hamster and found out the whole shit.
That little motherfucker. It didn't even have to check the motherfucker. What if you just started, like, stupid as fuck. Yeah. You're like about to check the hamster and they're like, nah, I seen that shit. You want to know what happened? Oh my God. Nah.
You won't even got to check. I'll tell you.
You got to check, bro. That motherfucker killed the baby.
Yeah, that episode was crazy.
You can't lie. But that makes you think, though, like, lying is a big part of human nature. Like, that, you can't.
And, like, even in the judicial system, it's so crazy.
Oh, wow.
It's so crazy.
Wow, bro. I know for a fact, like, and it's just me, bro. Like, if I was in court and I had to do time for a crime I committed, and they were like, put that on your mama. I'm putting it on my mama. I'm lying, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll put that on my mama. I didn't do that shit. All right, you put it on his mama. Let him go. Not like killed, like, never mind.
Hell no.
No, I would lie, bro. Fuck it. I'm not doing that shit. I'll do better. You know, if anything, if I was to commit any crime, it would be a mistake, bro. Real shit.
Same.
Unless it came to something necessary. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. But like,
depending on where the fucking world
goes. But I would
in
lie, bro. And they're like, put your hand on the Bible and blah blah blah. And like, if God was looking at me from the fucking court, like if I saw him sitting in the courtroom and he was like, and I'm like, everything I say or do is what do they make you say? Yeah, I plead an oath or some bullshit.
Well, but you know what's funny about that too is like, a lot of people in the judicial system think it has to be a Bible. It's any holy book.
It's any book.
But there was this one police officer and he was like, "Oh, you got to swear on the Bible." But the guy was like Muslim and he's like, "I'm not doing that."
Oh my God.
No, fuck no, I'm not doing that.
And he tried to use that against him. And they're like, "That's why he did it, because he didn't." And they're like, "No,
he doesn't believe in the Bible.
Believe in Christian. The Christian.
He's got the Quran.
Yeah, he's a whole different shit. He's like, what the fuck? Like, and he was just looking at
what the hell.
We got to do a video like that where we're just like, bro, I found this many accounts. And I think it's like a community of people. There's many different accounts that the title is like memes that are actually memes, or like memes that cure my depression or some bullshit on YouTube. Yeah. And I'll be watching them at work.
Bro, we should do a fucking reaction shit.
God, yes, bro. Because it's just, oh fuck, that is so funny, bro. That shit is hilarious. What's it called?
Hell no.
Yeah, bro.
But on the subject of fucking horror movies, there are these two. It's like they're not connected, but it's like the same, series, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's called Unfriended. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah.
The
Unfriended and then Dark Web.
Yeah. Dark Web.
Have you seen that? That one's fucking crazy. So here's my thing about those movies. The first one, it's like a ghost shit, because like the girl's dead, but she's like haunting them in the Skype call or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that's Dark Web. Is that Dark Web?
No, that's the first
Unfriended.
One. That's Unfriended.
Okay.
And then there's Unfriended Dark Web, which it's like the same format, like they're on a Skype call.
Yeah.
But it's with the like people in the dark web.
Like
instead of a ghost. So it's like real people.
Shit. I haven't seen
That one scares the fuck out of me, cause that shit could actually happen with the dark web and people like hacker groups and shit. Cause like that exists. Like
holy shit.
Basically what happens is like this guy finds a laptop that the hacker group left at an internet cafe, and he took it home. He's like, all right, shit, cool, new free laptop, whatever. What they do is they, like, when the guy's on the Skype call with all his friends, they set up a game, right, for all of them to play, so they can like steal money from this, like, from the hacker group. And it's like, you know, you go watch the movie. You know, it's a good ass movie. I love it, but it scares me because like that's way more like realistic and whatever than the first one. Because the first one's like a ghost, right? And like at the end, it's like, oh, it's just a jump scare because like, you know, like it's just they're getting haunted and possessed and whatever.
The unfriended one.
The unfriended dark web.
The dark web.
That's there are real people doing that shit.
Oh, that's actually
like
terrifying.
They're getting physically murdered. That scares me, bro.
Nah, I learned about the dark web when I was in middle school, and I didn't understand what it was. Like my friends were like, "Oh yeah, you gotta get a Tor browser, you gotta do this shit, and then you gotta have a fucking whatever the fuck." And I'm like, bro, you gotta do all this shit just to watch people and buy drugs online? That's so stupid. But like looking more into it, like I hear all these stories, real stories about like the dark web, the dark web and shit.
Yeah.
And it was I don't know, bro. It's like I hear so much like torture rooms and selling shit.
There's a game about that. Or actually, there's like 3 games. Yeah. But it's called The Red Room. Or well, no, it's called Welcome to the Game. But it's about a red room, which I don't want to get into fucking red rooms. If you want to look that shit up, go look that shit up. But I mean, you can imagine what a red room is like.
Yeah, it's like a torture room.
Basically, it's fucked up.
What?
It's fucked up. But yeah, it's like a whole game. Basically, you got to go on the dark web and find like codes within the different like websites, and like they're all, you know, like it's either like drug deal websites or like gun deals, or there's trafficking and shit. It's all kinds of fucked up stuff. But like the people that run the red room, they'll put like codes in these websites, and so then whenever you interact with a certain website, you find the code, and so then when you get to the red room, you enter all these codes in to get in. It's fucked up. And like I don't know how realistic that is, but if it's real at all, that's fucked.
That's crazy. Like, man, I'd be paranoid as fuck. Like, I mean, no regular person, like, no matter how interested you are in shit, like, you can't. That's just. That's literally disturbing. Like, they're putting the shit on the web. Like, the internet alone is crazy. People do shit in real life. But when people are like, oh, let's do this shit in real life and broadcast it to a bunch of people that are fucked up, that are willing to pay, or. It's
crazy.
That is just wild as fuck. And then just the security on your whatever the fuck you have, like it has to be top tier for you not to be doxxed or fucking
like
whatever
involved.
The fuck.
Like
yeah.
Because like,
but don't police forces and shit, they go on the dark web and stuff.
I'm sure I think they have some kind of like, you know.
I'm surprised that. The dark web is still even.
It's more on a federal level, and it's really, you can't really get rid of it because like that platform is out there. Just like if you were to shut that down, you'd have to restructure the entire internet, and obviously you can't fucking do that because you know on the base level everybody's got their hooks in it. So like if you were to have to reset that shit, you'd have to go through all kinds of.
It's just like what I mean I'm pretty sure they're doing this, but like I've never hear. Where they're like, okay, we cracked down on this sex trafficking thing because of the thing on the dark web. I've never hear anything dark web related.
Well, it's all federal.
What does that mean?
Like, it's all, like national, like the FBI. Like, it's not going to be a local police. If the local police force is involved with it at all, it's with, like, capturing the people that are doing it because that's where they live. But, like, as far as, like, getting into the dark web, that's all federal. Like, there's probably branches in the FBI that's their sole purpose, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Damn.
Like, don't fuck with the dark web.
Yeah, bro. It's low key scary as fuck. I can't even, cause like all your information's in on. That's what I'm worried about. You're on the dark web. How do you know someone's not on your shit, looking at your camera, looking at where you live, who you live with?
And that's part. So there's 2 games with that red room shit. The first one is like you're just a person trying to get into the red room. The second one is like you're like part of law enforcement and you're trying to get in there to like shut it down.
Yeah.
And the second one is way more realistic because it's like you have to have like you can upgrade your internet so you can get into like the websites faster, and but you got to go get like packages and shit.
Yeah.
But because you're on the dark web, there are already people watching you, right?
And
so like in the game, when you go get a package,
yeah.
there's like somebody that could attack you when you go out and get a package. And so if he's there, you gotta like hide.
What?
Or
the
like
fuck?
there's a random chance that like one of the people on the dark web calls a hitman. And like if you hear something,
fuck,
you gotta go hide in your shower from the hitman.
Dude.
Or it's a bunch of shit like that.
It's a game.
It's a game.
What the fuck?
It's a game.
Oh shit!
It's
Oh
a
my
game, bro.
fucking god!
It's crazy.
I thought you meant like, oh, they have to go get packages, but they have to hide because they're. But it's a part of the game.
It's a part of the game.
Oh my god!
It's a part of the game. It's scary as shit.
Oh my god! Fuck no! Hell nah, bruh.
Yeah. And
wow.
Low key, if you wanted to watch it, I could send you a.
Dude, send me a. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'll find it right now.
I'll be like, hey, bro. Hey, Jay, can you go pick up this package for me, bro?
Hell no.
Like,
but yeah,
like my PS4.
But like in the game, like if you go out and get a package, you gotta like watch. Like if you hear something behind you, get in the room, get in the little closet thingy, whatever. But I'll send you.
What is it? Oh, okay. Sorry. I need to get a soundboard, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, yeah,
right
this guy that played it, the series I watched, he has 6 episodes, and I think they're all an hour long.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so fucking crazy, bro.
It's insane.
Oh, you have to get a package, and you can't get killed.
Yeah. And if you get killed, it starts over.
Oh my god, how did the fuck your life starts over? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean
in the game. So like if you get obviously if you get killed, game over. But like it takes so long. Like it's hours of like playing this. So like every episode he dies probably 2 or 3 times, and so he has to just restart.
Wait. It's a video game?
Yeah. This is all a game. Everything I just said is a game. Were you confused?
Dude, I thought No. It's a game, but a virtual game?
Yeah, like
okay,
a video game.
No, like if they're telling me to pick up a package on 11th Street.
No, in the game.
Oh, in the game. Wait.
Oh, you thought I meant for real.
I thought you meant I have to walk. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to go 11th Street and pick up a package.
Bro. No. In the game, bro.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's dope, actually. You thought I was for real, though, huh?
Dude,
I thought it
was like, go to 11th Street, take a left.
Hell no.
Go past McDonald's.
That would be scary.
And under you'll find a crackhead, and she's going to be sitting on a box. You have to retrieve that box without getting spotted by a hitman.
Yeah, no, bro.
Oh, I thought it was that, bro. That sounds way more exciting.
Yeah, no, that would be scary.
Oh, man. FBI agents and shit, they'll just be on that bitch. Hey, you trying to get in the red room today? I'm not trying to do shit today. Playing that shit, bro. That's what I be doing. I be doing that shit. Oh, I thought it was all real life, bro.
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God.
If that well, I mean, shit, it could be.
Yeah, I mean, right? It could be. Imagine like you tell me about it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just play this shit. It sounds live as fuck. It's damn near like GTA roleplay. And I'm on that bitch, and it's like, go to 11th Street behind your house. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, hold on.
You already got my location. It's only been 10 minutes.
This is exactly what I expected.
Hell no. But yeah, that whole it's like 6 episodes, I think. The first one's alright, but like with that one you can't like get up and move and shit. Like
that's
you're just
wild.
at the computer the whole time.
Oh, fuck.
But
Fuck
it's
that.
insane.
Still though, like
Yeah.
But okay, so you get 3 lives. What happened if
Well,
you
no.
pass?
So you only get 1 life. So like if you die in the game, you got to restart. But it's like a whole night. So you start at like 10 o'clock doing this shit.
You got to do it.
And you got until like 4 o'clock, I think, in the morning.
What if you win? Like, what are the rewards? That's the thing.
So if you get in,
like 16-year-old. I'm just fucking with.
Oh no. Nah.
Damn
but like I think with the story, there's actually like a side ending that you can do, but it's stupid, but like the main character, or well, the guy you play as is like law enforcement. Like he's like an FBI agent or some shit. And so like if you get in, you like do a whole like investigation or something, and so it like has like a conclusion.
That's
but
crazy.
like but yeah, like you can get a hitman sent after you. So if you hear a car outside, you get in your shower. If you hear the police, get in your shower.
Yeah.
If you if you notice something like like sometimes your webcam will turn on.
Yeah.
Turn your computer off.
Oh. So it's like a
like
Five
that.
Nights at Freddy's type
Yeah.
thing.
But you're in like a whole apartment complex too.
Oh.
It's scary as shit.
Oh wow.
So
Did
like
they show gameplay?
Oh yeah.
They show the video you sent me shows gameplay.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole
like
the whole shit, and that's the main screen. But like the whole.
Oh,
shit.
let me see, bro. I've seen that. I've seen gameplay.
For real?
Yeah, I've seen that before. Who's playing it?
Markiplier.
Markiplier. Yeah. I've seen this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's dope
So
as
that's
fuck.
on the dark web.
Well, no, it's an actual game. It's not like actually on the dark web.
Uh-huh.
It's a game that somebody made based off the dark
Based
web.
off the dark
Yeah,
web.
it's
oh,
crazy.
Wow. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary as fuck.
It's dope as fuck.
Oh,
though.
wow.
Yeah, go watch that.
Oh shit.
You could probably put the fucking video up.
That's
It's called Welcome to the Game 2, and it's Markiplier's series on it. It's very interesting watch. The first episode's 2.5 hours. I don't know how long the rest of them are.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, they're all like hours long.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you got time to burn, if you're not doing anything tomorrow,
if you're
you
just
watch this.
listen to the podcast first and then go.
Yeah. After this, yeah, go hit up the.
Yeah, like and subscribe and share and
Right.
looking at fuck, but that's.
But yeah, dark web overall is
Yeah.
just.
I mean, it's just real life. It's like a real life horror movie. I mean, it's like real life shit. That scares me.
But yeah, about the Unfriended movie, like everything that happens in that movie could actually happen. That's why it's scary to me. Like, it has a few like kind of jump scares and shit like that, but the only like the real scary part of it is like all of that is realistic.
Yeah.
In some sense, like the way the people get killed is realistic.
Yeah. Oh.
And like at one point there's like one of the hackers in one of the people's apartments. On the camera, it's like distorted around him because he's got like some piece of technology on him that like distorts cameras or something, and so like it's like
It's like an EMP.
basically
An EMP suit. Oh shit.
But it was scary, and like he hid in the closet, and then like a friend came over.
Oh, what the
and he
fuck?
like there was how do I explain this? I mean, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
I'm
probably gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I don't know where it would be. It might be on like, because I know the first one's on Netflix, but I don't know if that one's on Netflix.
I'll try to. I got an illegal website. Oh, speaking of legal websites, hentai. I wanted to get to this, bro.
What the fuck? For real?
What's it called? Yeah.
Wait, actually?
It's high school weirdos. Hentai.
And watching what? So you gotta. Well, okay. What's this high school weirdo about,
dude? I'm in theater already off on a bad start. Real shit.
Oh, no.
So I'm in theater, bro, and there's this kid that I wanted to be friends with. He was sitting alone at the lunch table one time, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, want to sit with us?" Motherfucker just turns around, starts hissing at me. I'm like, "All right, see, that's why I don't fuck with y'all, man. That's why I don't want to be nice to y'all, motherfuckers. All right, fuck you then." Well, The next semester I had with him, theater. So we're in theater, bro. Sitting next to me. I'm like, what's good, bro? Here's he's a white boy, brown short hair, big ass camouflage coat, smells like cigarettes and sweat, wears these like starch jeans and cowboy boots, right? But he's a weird looking dude, you know. Like when I describe that outfit, you'd think he'd be like a country outgoing, you know, from our high school. But like, no, he's like weird. Motherfucker just hissed at me, bro. Like real shit. So, so we're sitting together. Everything's cool, and he always brings out his laptop and just ignores the whole class. So we had a project together, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like, you know, we gotta work on this. Could you help me out with this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, cool." Then we're sitting down. It's like we're about to leave. Actually, we're watching a movie before we're about to leave, and he like pulls out this fucking knife right to me, and I'm trying to be cool. It's dull. I can tell it's dull. It's literally like nothing. But like I didn't want to take my chances, and I was like, you know, like what the fuck? And then he starts smiling. I'm like, hey, bro, chill out now, right? And he's like, and he turns around. So he's like this. His backpack is on the right side of him, which is the backpack's in between us. And then he brings his backpack over here. I'm like, he's gonna pull out a gun, bro. So I get up and I like kind of like fast walk to the fucking I fast walk to the teacher. I'm like, hey, this motherfucker like he's being really weird. But when I look back at him, he pulled his headphones, his little earbuds. Put his earbuds out and plugged it in his computer. I'm like, he just pulled out a knife. He didn't pull it out on me, but he pulled it out, and yeah, I don't know. After I told her like what was going on, I looked back at him, and he's like doing something like this, like that, like this motion with his hand, bro. I literally go back and I get my chair and I kind of scoot back from him, so I'm sitting at the corner of the room because our desk is in the corner, and I'm like looking at him. He's stabbing his fucking textbook with this fucking little dull ass butter knife that he has. He's just stabbing the shit out of it.
What?
Right? And then he puts it away. He looks up at me and smiles, and then goes back to listening. He puts his earbuds back in, watching whatever on the fucking computer. She secretly calls the whatever the fuck, the authorities or whatever the fuck,
like the SROs.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And they come and they're standing outside the door, and she's like, hey, blah blah blah. We need you to come. And he couldn't hear because his earbuds are in. So she comes over there. She takes the earbuds out. Oh no, she doesn't take the earbuds out. She takes the earbuds out along with pulling out the earbuds from the computer. This motherfucker, I could see what he was watching from behind. I'm in the corner. Like it's like this. We're in the corner, and the rest of the room is over here. So she's right here. She pulls out all the shit, and I can see what he was watching. I'm like, no way. This is great. She pulls it out.
Oh my god. Hell no.
I was like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
That's unfortunate for that teacher
Oh my god. And he was like this, smiling at him like that the whole time.
Bro,
just like he was like humpback looking up, like his neck was crooked, just like smiling. And I'm like, and then my boy Carlos, we're in the same class, like he was like, oh, like he was laughing like that. He's like, send me the link, looking at it.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. And then the teacher was like, oh my gosh. So she shuts the computer and the sound cuts off, everything cuts off or whatever. And then they take his backpack and shit, and they confiscate all this shit.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him the rest of that semester except the last 3 weeks. So I'm in theater. Obviously, we do plays and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what's it called? He obviously didn't have a role. You know, I'm an actor. No, at the time I was a screen director. So I was directing people and shit. So whenever we're done with the props and shit, I gotta put everything up. Me and Carlos putting up some props. He was in the back room. So there's a stage, there's a curtain, small ass stage.
Mm-hmm.
If you open the curtain, it's a big ass stage. Small ass stage when the curtains are closed. Small background.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's cut in half.
Yeah.
And in the back stage, there's a little door that opens up to a prop room. There's There's fucking there's a what's it called? You can climb. You have to put a ladder, get props from this like upper level. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Weird. But the bottom floor was chill. But we're putting up props on the bottom floor, and the dude gets the fucking ladder, puts it on the fucking shit or whatever, and he climbs up the shit, and we're like to the second floor, and we're like, we're done. We're done putting up props. I'm like, hey, bro, we got to go. Come on. And he's just like literally seeing crisscross applesauce up there on the ledge looking at us smiling. So I was like, hey, bro, we got to go, bro. So instead what I do, I leave the lights on. I leave the door open. And I go and tell the teacher, I'm like, hey, he just climbed up the fucking shit. Whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Bro, we get back. The door's locked. And we look, and when you shut the door, like there's a gap underneath the door. You can tell if the lights are on or off. Off.
You just sitting in there with the door locked?
Bro, we're like, what the fuck? So she gets the key. She goes back to her room, and she comes back. She opens the door. The fucking lights are off. She turns the lights on. The ladder's tipped over. So he's in the dark on the second story. But you know what the creepiest thing about that was, bro? When we turned it on, she was scared. Why? Because he was still in that same smiling position, looking on the ledge, looking down at us whenever we left. Fuck that. Fuck that, bro. I was like, you need to die. Somebody kill this motherfucker, bro. He's gonna shoot. Oh man, nah, bro. That's a real menace to society.
Contain this man.
That's a real menace to society right there. That's some savage shit, bro. To have that. Like, to be in the same position, he didn't move a muscle, but, like, he had to have. No, here's
like, go lock the door, turn the light off.
Here's 2 theories. Here's 2 theories, okay? 2. He had to have gotten down, locked the door first, cut the light off, put the ladder up, or the ladder might have still been there. That's how he got down. Went up the ladder without, in the fucking dark. In the dark, or he maybe used his phone, maybe. Climbed up the ladder and then pushed the ladder, right? That, or he stood up in that same position the whole time, and another entity did all that shit. Oh, shit, no. Fuck that.
Hell no.
I choose to believe the second theory. It just seems more rational or realistic. I don't know. But, yeah, fuck that motherfucker, bro. Like, I hope he's doing great things.
I hope he's having a great day.
I hope he's having a great day today. Can you imagine he's watching this shit?
Bro,
oh my god.
What's up, bro? Yeah, you were weird in high school.
Fuck you. Leave me alone. Hell no, bro.
No.
Nah, but that really scared the shit out of me. Wore the same thing every day. Big ass camouflage coat, starch pants, blue pants, boots. Smelled the same way. It was really weird. Really weird. But yeah, that was literally and a part of me was like, maybe that's just theater kids. It's like I was like, maybe that's just
because like I'm that's not even like I have some friends that were in theater at one, like, you know, I have a few friends that were in theater or are in theater.
Yeah.
They're not like that. Like,
yeah. It's no, I'm just joking, but like, holy fuck, like that was different. Everybody in theater, there were the reason why theater kids, they say they were weird. They're not antisocial. They're outgoing. They're like real theatrical with shit. Yeah. And that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But like he was real dark and real like menacing. I could feel like I don't know, bro. Oh my god. Imagine how big his dick is.
Yo, hold on, what? Hold on, what?
Anyways, I don't know, bro. That's just crazy. Nobody does that shit if they don't. Never mind. Okay. Let's see. Basketball, getting dunked on, nuts in my face. Yeah. So I had I can't believe. Hold on. Let me just hold on. That's just so crazy. Now thinking about like that dude, I haven't seen him since. I didn't even see him on the last day of school, low key. That was my sophomore year or my junior. That was my junior year.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Like,
wow.
Had a real life demon in high school, huh?
Yeah. This last topic, I was running out of ideas, so I'm done with this shit.
Hell no.
Yeah, but fuck. What are some weird experiences in high school for you?
Bro,
like weird kids.
That's what I was thinking. So like, I'm thinking even just in band. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought of this earlier. I have a few things, but like with band, I mean, always some shit's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
But like with the SWAT shit, this last year. So like this year, I was a drum major, right? And so, going into like this school year,
Yeah.
we had to like pick the new ones because all 3 drum majors this year were seniors, so we had to like have new ones try out.
Yeah.
And so we're having the camp for it, and it was in like January, I think, is when we did it. We're having the camp for it, and it's the first day. It's like the intro day. We're just like teaching them all the basics and shit. And people start walking in the band hall, and we're in like the back room, like the jazz room. I don't know if you've ever been in there.
No.
But like, there's like the main band hall.
Yeah.
And then there's like the back room. It's called the large ensemble room, but it's like the jazz room.
Okay.
And so we were in there because like there was other stuff going on out here. But we were in there, and about like 4:30, 5 o'clock, because it was after school. People that aren't in band at all, they walk in and they're like, "Hey, some teachers told us to come in here because security reasons." Yo, what? Huh?
Oh, son.
And like there weren't any like the directors weren't in there. It was just like us 3 like drum majors, and then like all the people that were like trying out. It was just us in there, at least at that time. And so we're like, okay, I guess. And so then we go get a band director. Apparently, there's some dude that had escaped prison, and he was running towards the high school. And so now we're having to sit in the back room of the band hall. And then the like the SRO, he comes in, he's like, "Hey, y'all got to turn the lights off."
Oh my God, I remember that.
What?
My mom was telling me about like there's a lot of escaped prisoners that always go towards the high school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
But yeah, and it was weird as too in that room, because like in that room too, they have the exit signs, so it's like glowing red, but then everything else is dark. I was like, I don't like this.
Unsettling as fuck. Oh,
And
that's scary, bro.
We were in there till like I don't even know, like 7:30. We were in there for hours.
Yeah. Wow.
And like sitting in the dark, because like you don't know what this. Oh no, it wasn't a prisoner. What it was, there was somebody that had walked in and they had a jacket on, and it looked like there was something like under the jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I think it turned out to be like one of the janitors, but like they had the hood on and they didn't have their ID or anything, so they were like, "We don't know who this is," and it looks like they have something under that jacket, so we're not taking any like chances.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
crazy.
yeah, they had they had like the SWAT team there.
Oh shit!
Like from Huntsville Police. Come in and like escort us out after they had like swept the whole building.
Oh my God,
crazy.
Bro. Imagine they're like, "We gotta cut the lights off." And you're like, "What the fuck?" And you're like, "Okay, man, I wonder what's going."
Yeah, and that's what I was like. I was wondering what was going on because they didn't tell us anything when we were in there. They was like, "Oh, y'all just gotta sit in here with the lights off." So I was like, I mean, is somebody like, is somebody in the school like trying to like, is somebody stabbing people, somebody like shooting people or something? Like,
bro,
that's what they thought. Because like, I'm pretty sure it was like a janitor or something, but they just like didn't have like there was no way to identify them on the cameras, and so they're just like,
"Oh, that's wild."
Well, fuck, we got a situation here.
That's crazy,
bro. That was
bro.
crazy.
Nah, that's crazy. Motherfucker like me would've fucked him up.
Yeah, and at one point I was like,
I'm
trying to leave, bro.
I'm like, I'm tired of this terrorist shit, man. Come on, go home now.
Yeah.
But that shit is terrifying, you know? Cause you never know, bro. Like so much shit has happened so close to me, to everybody, really, to everybody.
Huntsville's crazy, bro.
It's, I don't know.
But, but like band too, like there's always something that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. There's drama all up in that band.
Sorry, I'm sucking dick over here. No. Has there ever been a fight, like a full on fight in band? Because I'm pretty sure they know the consequences, so they just deal with it after.
Like physically?
Physical, like a physical fight, or like someone stick their fucking trombone on somebody's head or some bullshit. Like or hit it, fucking whatever.
Not.
There's not been any physical fights. I'm pretty sure because they know they just don't want to get yelled at. You know.
Nothing like in band. Not that I can think of, but well.
What about like has any? Because I know you can't get your shit stained. Your
uniform.
Uniform. You can't have anything wrong with it, really, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or else you set out for the fucking break that we get sometimes.
Has anybody ever like spilled cheese or like, you know what I mean? Like, has it just been pretty normal? Like, has everybody respects the?
Well, no. No, hell no. If you've been in band the past few years, you know, like
that's crazy.
Hell no. Like the structure of it is gone. Like from the time I was a freshman to this year,
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And
have y'all like with the quality, you know, with the discipline like declining, has like the awards that, because y'all used to get a lot of awards.
Well, so like you mean like as a band?
Yeah.
We've gotten the same ones, but
congratulate participation.
Well,
I imagine.
I mean,
no, but I know.
I feel like
district
just me personally, like I don't. It may not be this way, but I feel like because we get one. It's like UIL. We get it's like regionals.
Yeah.
I think that we always get,
and
then it's like area. We go to area, and then every 2 years they have area finals, and then from there you can go to state. We've never made. Well, I take that back. I can't remember. We've never gone to state, like, ever.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if we've gone to area finals at all, or if it was just we were really close one time. But
why don't y'all? Because I know y'all do it all for football games, right?
Yeah. We always like march.
But like, what about like basketball games? Like, I've only.
So that's the pep band. That's different.
The pep band.
Pep band.
What
so
fuck?
that you have to try out for. And these past few years they did it different, and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
But like, and I mean, no hate to the jazz
No,
director.
fuck y'all.
No, hey man, no. But real shit, like, basically it changed directors. So like my freshman and sophomore year is under one director.
Yeah.
And that's when I was able to do it with the drumline, because they still had like drumline shit. But then my junior and senior year, it went to the jazz director, and so he changed it to drum set instead of the drumline. And I wasn't in jazz band, and so I wasn't the person like there playing it anymore.
Yeah.
So I just didn't get to do pep band. But pep band is live actually, because like you get to play way more. And like it's fun because like you can interact with the crowd too, like a lot more, and like because it's in the gym, it's not in a football stadium.
The last time I seen I guess the pep band in the gym at a basketball game was my senior year, and they were in the fucking stands. They weren't on the court. You know what I'm saying? I mean that could possibly be for like safety, like reasons for you know?
Pep band was always in the stands, like it was just music, it wasn't like marching or anything, but low key I probably was there.
I liked
because
it.
like I was in pep band at that like freshman and sophomore year, which I think was your senior year.
I like that was dope, because it was like, I mean, at regular basketball games you got people cheering, and then when it's like halftime people usually leave or they get snacks, and it's just like nothing's going on, or they'll have like some like little corny halftime show. They need to have some shit where it's like, bro, low key. I mean, this sounds so fucking lame, but like I low key wanted to be the fucking mascot. That would have been dope. I would have done some fuck shit. I would have done some fuck shit to get myself like fired or like I can't believe you are stroking your fucking hornet. Whatever the fuck. What's it called? The fucking
the stinger.
The stinger. Oh my god, I would have done some inappropriate ass shit, bro. I would have. Oh man, I would have went crazy. But I know. I mean, at the time, that's when I was playing basketball. I quit my junior year. No. I was playing basketball my junior year. I quit my senior year to focus on music, and then that's when that. But like, yeah, I didn't do. Even if I did have the opportunity, I wouldn't have done it because I was never. I didn't do one extracurricular activity that regarded school, any programs, nothing. Hated that shit. Hated it. Um, yeah, fuck all that. Fuck Huntsville High School. Real shit. I don't give a shit. And fuck Sam, bro. I just
Yeah.
some
I think
bullshit.
so. Here's my opinion on Sam. Like,
Yeah, scam Houston University.
like I don't know. I think like educationally, like like classes and like what you learn, that's not too bad. Like obviously I haven't gone there, so I don't really know. And like overall administration, it's not too bad. But like the shit that you were telling me about, like with like all the communication and like and like even with your like the advisor that you had, like that's out of pocket. Like that shouldn't be a thing.
They should have compensated me in some type of way, but no, like they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy because like you told me about that advisor. I'm pretty sure it's the guy that got fired.
They got fired, right? Oh my god, bro, they can suck my fucking dick. Real shit, bro. Nah. As far as the professors go, the most passionate professors are the creative classes. Those are the only one. There's this philosophy class I took. Dude was passionate as hell. He actually had open heart surgery like 2 times, so he was really appreciative of like us showing up, and I was like, wow, I really feel like you care. Other classes like microeconomics, accounting, they were just like, yeah, this is what you got to do, blah blah blah. It's like they've been. That's my thing, bro. It's like if you're gonna teach something, be passionate about it. Like when I teach like FL Studio to like some of these newer artists that want to produce for themselves or whatever the fuck, I'm excited. I'm like, yo, yeah, this is what you want to do this effect? All right, this is how you do it. It's creative. You can do. There's no one way to do it. And I love math. I love doing math. Like I love geometry, like shit like that, where it's like a puzzle. I love that. But it's the fact that the professors, they do these long ass lectures, give you like 6 tests throughout the year, you know, and like my mom always said, she's like, I would go to college and graduate if I wanted to. I'm like, no, bro, like just if my mom went to college now, like the workload wouldn't be anything to her, I feel like, which it isn't anything to me. It's the fact that like like, oh man, bro, the president only favors the programs that she's done in college at her old college or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's what I've heard.
I've heard good things about it, like her leadership, but like you know,
I mean,
obviously I don't know. I don't work there.
Like you can say that about anybody that is passionate about something they've done before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But being a leader, like a true leader, is like touching on all aspects of the university. And all I've heard was like, oh, she only favors the things that she likes, you know? And it's, you know, it's kind of shitty, but
yeah.
I don't know. She didn't really affect me, but as far as like all the departments that my old job on campus too, I hated that job because I had no idea what I was doing because everything was changing because, you know, and it might not be the president's fault. It might be somebody else's fault or like, you know, but as far as like functionality and communication on Sam, it's fucking ass, bro. It makes everything so much harder. I'm literally working with coworkers that have careers here, you know. Like my coworkers have careers here, you know. I don't know. But like going back to the accounting thing, it's like if you're not going to be passionate about what you're teaching, it's like I feel like any professor that's passionate about something that they're teaching is because they've fulfilled something they've done for themselves in that curriculum. And then for like, you know, accountants and shit, why not be an accountant for a bigger corporation or whatever? That's what I'm, you know. And it's like a lot of people tell me, oh, well, they like to teach. I'm like, well, why don't they have a mentor? Why don't they just be a mentor for somebody that wants to change the world, make it easier for businesses? Because I mean, yeah, school and everything it's good, but it's like in reality, we want more. That's inevitable. Why not do more for bigger corporations if you have that type of power? if you have that type of knowledge, you know.
Yeah.
Like it to me, I wouldn't be wasting my time teaching FL Studio if I knew I could blow up as an artist, if I knew I could teach other bigger, more serious artists. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna stick to a university if I don't that's just me though, you know. And somebody else that might be their dream. But I don't know, it's just if your dream is to be a professor and teach something that where you can make millions in, right? It's like or thousands, right? Why not be passionate about what you're teaching? You know,
Yeah. Like it
you know what I mean?
I see
Like
what you're saying.
don't teach if you're not gonna feel like act like you love what
Mhm.
you're doing. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. Like don't be complacent just because it's working out for now.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, bro.
And at the same time, if it is working out, make the most of it. Don't just be like, oh well, I got this next. Like
Yeah.
I have this to look forward to, so this what I'm doing right now doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It
And
still does, because like then that
that's-
could affect your mindset going into the next thing.
Exactly, and I think about that a lot of the time. But the only professors I have is just like the only professors I had that were passionate about what they were talking about was philosophy, writing. I had this writing teacher, and I forgot his name, but so dope. He talked about writing like as if I was talking about movies, and I really connected with that, and that opened my mind up to like newer ways to think about situations, about story and visual and sound, and like how to write as if you could hear those sounds, see those things. That was really interesting to me. So shit like that, where it comes to creativity, they were real passionate about. The ones where it's like cut and dry, this is how you do it, you know. Like this, they just weren't passionate about it. And I was really zoned out on a lot of that shit, and it was just so hard to focus. Yeah, bro, that was really crazy. Mr. Gallen actually gave. That's why I guess I'm kind of biased towards him. He gave Destiny an opportunity to play for.
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah.
Remember that? So, what's his name? The volleyball coach. Yeah, fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck you and your daughter, stupid bitch. Oh my god, I gotta cut that out.
Hell no.
Oh, shit.
Hell no.
No, actually, I'm gonna leave it in, but I'm gonna add beeps.
Just like bleep the whole thing. Oh no. Oh no, bro.
No, fuck you. I'm gonna leave that in.
No, bro. My sister's on the team, bro.
Swear to God.
Yeah, cut that shit out.
Oh shit, out, baby.
Hell no. Put that on the Patreon or something. Fuck no.
Pays for it.
Oh fuck no. Hell no.
No, bro, but no, fuck because she made Destiny cry. He made Destiny cry so many times, bro. Like he was.
I remember the day that happened, cause like some of the other volleyball players. I mean, y'all know who y'all are if y'all ever.
Yeah.
Y'all probably ain't fucking with this, but that is what it is. But they were in my physics class. They were in Miss Gallen's class actually, and they came in that day, and I think Miss Gallen had heard about what had happened, and I think it was like that morning or like the day before.
Yeah.
And like they're like just hella discouraged, and it was like because Destiny had quit.
Yeah. She told me it was crazy. Is she came home one night and she was telling me that was like everything revolved around his fucking daughter, bro, and it was like she wasn't. Okay, here's the situation. The coach's daughter had more opportunities to take this volleyball thing far. The Destiny didn't. She didn't want to go to college. So the coach's daughter was like, okay, you can go to college. You're already getting accepted by somebody. I don't know how. But I gotta play you more. I gotta have your stat line up so you can start or whatever the fuck for college. Destiny, she was good naturally, you know, and then she obviously got way better with hard work and shit. So she wanted to play her senior year and start and everything, be libero. I don't think she got libero, and anytime the coach saw Destiny like telling the girls like literally the shit we would say, and like when I was playing basketball, we would say like harsh shit. Coach would be like, "All right, that's what y'all do. Y'all just talk it out." Destiny, she would be like, "Okay, come on, we got to pick it up." coach would call her in and be like, "You're being too harsh towards the girls," and literally, bro, I didn't believe it, but Destiny told me that's what happened.
Yeah.
So they told her you're not libero. She was crying. Coach didn't say anything to her. He was just like almost like he didn't care.
Yeah.
She came home. She was crying. I was talking to her. I was like, "This shit doesn't matter. If you're not happy doing something, just don't do it. That's what I've been doing, and I'm happy, right?" She went back the next day. She quit. She told me, and I was like, "Well, look at you." And then she was talking about soccer, and then Coach Gallen actually was like, "Hey, why don't you join the soccer team? Come to tryouts." She tried out, made the team, and she had a freaking great season. That was her first time playing soccer ever. She played like small soccer before,
like
but
the youth league or something.
Yeah, no, not even a league, bro. Like I'm talking about like pickup soccer with some
just
friends.
like just randomly.
And she was doing like really good. Like it was so wild, but she did really good, and she was happy. She was getting all these awards. She went to a banquet. She made new friends. I'm like, there you go. You just gotta make. But it's like shit like that Destiny has to go through to make those like big, like those big changes that just really like changes her drive about things, make her think differently about stuff. And I'm telling her about college too. I'm like, when she was in high school going into college, she was telling me, she was like, I want to challenge myself. I want to do this. I want to spend my time doing this. And I'm like, and I told Destiny, and this was before she did photography. I was like, why, because she's different, right? When I'm talking to her, I feel like she's like the same way about like how I am with like doing like this podcast or doing music or just taking it far, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I was like, why waste all this time challenging yourself for something that's not gonna benefit you in the future. And what I meant by that is like like let's say this camera, right? I want to do music, right? Destiny, she wanted to do something else, right? I want to do music. And I bought this camera, and I'm like, why don't I challenge myself to make a movie this year? Why waste all that time trying to make a movie if I know for a fact right now that in the future I want to be known for music, right? So I'm like, why not just focus on making music, and then I'll learn that when the time comes. And on top of that is knowing that you can overcome that challenge, that you have to be true with yourself with that. And I told her that. I was like, so I told her, I was like, what do you want to challenge yourself? And she was like, I want to be the best this. I want to try to be valedictorian. I want to be this and that. And I'm like, go ahead, right? But the time that you could spend doing that, you could be doing something that makes you happier, that you could be making money off of, that you could be doing anything for the future.
Yeah.
You would save that time doing now, learning now. Why don't you challenge yourself doing something that makes you happy rather than challenge yourself doing something that other people might look at and be like, I wish I had that, so because it'll help me in the future, because that's what I want to do. That's not Destiny. That's not what Destiny wants to do, right? So I'm like, spend this time doing what you want. So I got with Dad, and she had like this camera. She had the old camera that I had. That was her camera. That's what she was taking pictures off of. So I got with Mom and Dad. I was like, let's just buy her a camera. So we all pitched in, bought her like this $3,000 camera that she has right now, and she's making money off of it. She's doing what she loves. That's like what she loves doing, and she spent that time challenging herself to get like sessions in and all this other shit. I'm like, that's perfect.
And now she's making money.
And now she's making money, and she's building a name for herself. Yeah. And I'm like, but that whole time, instead of this, like, she wouldn't even have all that if she would have challenged herself to do extracurricular shit that wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
In the future.
Or like academically even.
But I told her.
That's why, like, bro, going into high school, like, I had the attitude, like, obviously I want to make good grades and I want to be able to do this, like, even for college and stuff. Yeah. And, like, I definitely could have worked harder. I could have got some scholarships if I had worked harder. But, like, overall, I knew, like, if I had my grades at a certain point,
Yeah.
I knew what I scored on, like, the SAT and the ACT.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I needed to have my grades
Yeah.
to be able to get into college.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got accepted, like, in A&M,
Yeah.
I was straight. I was like, I just
yeah.
got to pass now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the second semester this year, bro, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit
Mm-hmm.
with school. Like, as long as I was passing, I didn't really care.
See, yeah, like when I was in high school and my parents always told me you gotta be in college, you gotta get all these cores. I'm like, and I always question, like, why? And and this
And, like, even with that, like, I did get all the chords, but, like,
bro,
if it wasn't COVID year, I wouldn't have had the chords.
here's the thing: the more questions I asked to my parents and myself, because I asked my parents so many questions, like I was questioning myself and why I was doing it. I was questioning my parents, like my parents, you gotta graduate high school, easy. You gotta graduate college. Why? Oh well, you'll be the first in our family to graduate. I'm like, all right, cool. Why else? Well, it'll be good for you to get a job in the future. And I'm like, well, I want to be my own boss. Like, what if I own my own business? She's like, we still got to get a degree. You're not going to be your own boss. If I'm like, that kind of contradicts itself, right?
Yeah.
But then,
Because then it's like,
yeah,
if you're your own boss, you set the standards for what it is.
you
to
don't
be in
you
your
don't need
business.
a degree to accept yourself.
That's it's kind of off topic, but just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk
Yeah.
I don't know if he went to college or anything, but like
Mm-hmm.
he hires people, like if they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
he doesn't care what their credentials are.
Yeah.
If you learned it in college or if you learned it by yourself,
Yeah.
if you know what you're doing, like with rocket science or like
Mm-hmm.
you know aerodynamics or whatever,
Yeah.
which look that's what I'm looking at studying. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, but like he'll hire you.
Yeah. It's just a matter of knowing what you're doing. Do you know how to do this? Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do this equation? That's all I need.
Because there are some people that'll graduate college and then not know what they're doing, but they still get the job because they have the degree. But then it's like once they get there, they're like, I don't know what the fuck.
And that's what my parents are making. Like my parents now, like when I was asking the questions, notice how the questions weren't answered by, oh, well, I want you to do what makes you happier. I want you to do what you could do that makes you happy and makes a lot of money. I want you to do this just has graduating. Like so I was just like and then they would tell me, I was like trying to figure out what to do. And they were like, "Oh, just get into nursing, be a doctor, be this and it's just a classic conservative shit." And I was like, "Why?" Then I started asking why I should be a doctor. The first thing my mom said was like, "You'd be cute as a doctor," and then my dad said something like, "Oh, well, you make good money," but it was never, "Oh, you're helping people. Oh, you're gonna make a change. You're never gonna." That's what I was looking for, and that's what I started asking questions about myself. I'm like, am I getting a degree to make sure that I have a sustainable financial career, or am I getting a degree just to be the first in my family to graduate?
Yeah.
It's like a pride thing. Because I always ask them, but now it's at the point where they don't even have those standards for me anymore. They're just like, we just need you to graduate. Do whatever. I could have done gender studies and graduated and they would have been fine with it. Real shit. So it's like that mentality that they had, if they would have just been real with me from the beginning of high school, I would have just started doing this shit. Like, just finding ways to make money that make me happy rather than just like spend it. Dude, I was so fucking stressed like my freshman and sophomore year of college because it was just like I had so much to keep up with. I had to keep up with relationships. I had to keep up with music. I had to keep up with, just family. I had to keep up with like my job. Like, a lot of kids go through this shit, but it's like it's hard when you know what you want to do and you can't do that because it's not being taught at your school. So you're forced to learn something that you're
just because it's not available.
Yeah, and it wasn't music music production. None of that shit was available here unless it's like programs and shit. But that doesn't get you a degree.
Yeah.
And when that's not accepted here, or when that's not available here, and I'm like, okay, what do I do for a degree? My parents are like, I don't know, just do whatever. That's so discouraging to me because it's just like now there's no value behind learning. That's the base. When you want a degree, when you need to get a degree, it should be more of I learned this much and I know this knowledge, rather than it should be more of like I know this knowledge because I got this degree. I earned this degree because I know this much stuff. Here's my value.
Mm-hmm.
It should be that rather than I'm just getting a degree. No matter if it's a D or a and just to sustain my financial stability with a job that I'm working for somebody, But that's not originally my shit, and like my dream. And then when I'm talking to other people, they always tell me, people that have made it now, like have careers and shit. When they went to college, they went for one thing, and they're like, now I'm doing this. I don't know how I'm here, and that fucking scares me because it's like so many people have that same story, and I'm just like,
it's like what you did in college doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So like, why did you ever do that in the first place?
Yeah, bro, and it's that, and it's sometimes like they find what they want to do, and it completely changes, or sometimes like they don't have what they want to do. And they're just like, okay, well, I'm doing this now for right now, but after this, I don't know what I'm doing. But I do have my degree. What does that help you with,
Yeah.
So, shit like that, bro, it really makes me doubt a lot of things about college. And I was telling Destiny about, my opinions on it and shit. And, at this point, she understands that. Like, she's like, you're right. Like, she has, like, her own little opinions about it. She wants to get more into... She wants to do something where you have to get a degree in it. Like she's actually like doing stuff with money and stuff like that. Like I think she wants to get into financial accounting or some shit like that. So she actually has to get a degree in that, and that's fine. Like you have to get something in that. But when it's something that like, and if her plans change, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? As long as she's happy. But for me, it's just like I know what I want to do. And the fact that my mom, she doesn't see music as a sustainable like financial career. She doesn't see it as that because it's like entertainment business, And then my dad, he's all about it, but he's like, you got to. He's pressing more of like you got to get a degree rather than oh my God, your last song had this many streams. Here's what you could do to be better, or like maybe you could put out this type of content and make money that way. Because I'm making the most money I've made from the studio and music than I've ever had at any job ever, right? So I don't know. It's just it feels like my priorities are straight, but it's like they're like, no, that's not gonna be for a long time. Like you're just going,
even though
they're
you
treating
want
it like
to
a phase.
be,
Yeah,
they're like, oh well, you still need a long-term plan, even though that is your long-term plan.
Exactly, and it's gonna be hard for me to change that shit. Like I never have any doubts about me not making it. I never have any doubts about anything I put my time into. Like this podcast, we have the setup. We're fine. I feel like we could take this far, but it's like them telling me like, oh, that's something you can't do. And I got to take their opinions and shit with a grain of salt too, because they don't know how you can make money now. Like I was talking to my dad about stocks and shit. He didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. And another thing with that is like streaming, right? Like I'm low-key looking at like getting into that when I'm in college. Like I bought a capture card the other day. And bitch getting here August 11th. But
oh fuck no.
But like a few years ago, or well actually not even that long ago, I talked to my mom about it. She was like, what like other than engineering would you want to do as a career? And I was like, well, so I could study like political science and I could go into that realm, do like politics and shit. I could go study law somewhere. And like that I could do after I get whatever degree. If I get engineering and then I do law, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Other than that, outside of the college, like having a degree type field, I could do content creation. I could do streaming. I could do YouTubing, whatever. And I told her, I was like, because that makes money. And that like, I even told her, I was like, people like that are making more money than you and Dad make combined. I was like, I'm just going to tell you straight up. Like, but she was like, well, but that's not a real job. And I was like, well,
what is
but
it?
It is.
I mean,
it's 2021. It is.
Yeah. That's my parents told me, like the studio thing. Like my mom was like, it's not, like both my parents, they were like, it's not a sustainable job. And I was like, what makes something a sustainable job?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, to them, getting a paycheck, if I was to get a paycheck every week for $100, to them that's a sustainable job. But if I get, let's say an hour is a $40 session. So let's say I get 8 hours a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's $320, right?
A month.
That's damn near the same. So let's say that's 8 sessions, 8 1-hour sessions. So I got to work 8 days within a month to make around the same as $100 a week per month.
Yeah.
So them telling me that it's not a sustainable job to have 8 1-hour sessions, work 1 hour out each month for eight times, right?
Mm-hmm. Like 8 total hours versus
8 total hours versus $100.
160 hours.
160
like say you
hours.
got a 40-hour work week.
Mm-hmm.
160 hours a month versus 8, and you're making basically the same amount of money.
So if anything, I have a sustainable job because I'm getting paid in chunks, and I'm working less, right?
Yeah, and you can have another job.
Yeah, I can have
almost to supplement that.
Yeah, and that's easy. Work part time anywhere. My dad was like, "Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to work part time." So I'm like, if I have to do that, I have to do that. I mean, I gotta pay the bills somehow.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never went under. I've never not paid bills. I've never done like not missed anything because I opened the studio. Like if I did like the lights, the everything right here. It wouldn't have happened if I kept my job at Sam. You know what I mean? Like just that.
Mm-hmm.
If I wouldn't have all this if I didn't open the studio, right? Because that's literally what's paying the bills. I never had to take money out of my check from my job to pay for like the what's it called, the payments here, right? It's always been dipped from my studio sessions. That's literally it. 320, cool. Just take it out. It's 8-hour sessions. That's literally it. And then sometimes I have 6-hour sessions, and I'm like, sweet. I don't gotta work the rest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to them, to my dad especially. He's just old school. He's like, labor work equals work, right? Work where you have to do shit that's kind of challenging, that's work. Well, why do you put us in college? So we can work less and use our minds more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to my dad, it's like easy money is not long-term money, right? But it's like that's what we go to college for.
Even though you've had, yeah, exactly. Like that's why we get a degree is to get the easier money.
Exactly. Like to us, like that's
so
what it
you
is.
can get paid more while doing less physical work, and like even with like getting into the white collar force is so heavily like you have to have a degree.
Yeah.
Which I fucking hate. Like if you know your shit, then bro,
like people that do the labor work will actually hire you for your smarts and your knowledge. Like if I didn't learn this program, bro, I would literally have to pay for studio time. So I'm wasting money on studio time just to put out songs. Like there's so many factors that have to do with music, that have to do with this program that I learned, that have to do with just knowledge. The more you know, the more powerful you are, and it's like that's what will keep you from working less. I mean, it's just true. Why try to figure something out for hours, busting your ass, stressing, trying to make $5 an hour, then fucking just being like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Here, I made a template for it, or just read my instructions. Here, I'll pay you. If you pay me $50, I'll give you instructions. Don't do this. Then you look at, and I feel like the reason why my parents think that the music shit, like recording artists, isn't sustainable is because the place I'm in, right, in Houston, I'll be booked every goddamn day. Every day. And I could charge up to like damn near $60, $70, $100 a session, an hour, right? I could do that easily. But here, because I'm in a small little town, bro, it's like, they don't think there's many artists. There's a bunch of artists that hit me up every day asking for studio sessions. And if I wanted to, I could keep doing it. But right now, I'm comfortable just collecting my money, trying to figure out what content works, trying to figure out like, just what works, and then eventually like I'll have my own shows, and because this is it. This is just the beginning still to me, right? But it's like, and even my dad, when I talk about like rappers blowing up and stuff, he's like, "Oh yeah, when did he start making music?" Like he'll always ask me that because I know he's comparing other people to me, like Jack Harlow. Oh, he's been doing this for about like 8-10 years, maybe even longer. He's been rapping since he was a kid. He's like, "Oh really?" I'm like, "Yeah." Jay-Z didn't blow up until he was like 30 something. Like Bow Wow has always been doing this shit, and he hasn't been known for music until his teens. Maybe even younger than that. You know what I mean? He was in the game. But like, I tried to tell my dad that it doesn't matter. Like it's never too late and it's never too early. But more than to him, what's most important to know for him is it's never too late. So me pulling out all these ideas, he's like, "Oh, they're great ideas." He just doesn't see I mean, that kind of makes sense. Oh shit, it kind of makes sense for him though. Like he looks at all these like younger stars, and he looks at me and he's like, "Man, like you're not doing enough, right?"
He's comparing it to the people that blew up the fastest.
Yeah. But so that's his like.
But
standards.
I'd say even then, like.
But the thing is, like, even though the artists that we see that blow up the fastest that came out of nowhere, they've been making music 8 years plus prior.
Mm-hmm.
What I've noticed is the sweet spot is 5 years. 5 years is when somebody, like, if you go to any artist shit, 5 years, like, you find out when they blew up and then go to their first song, it's at least 5 years. At least 5 years. Jack Harlow is at least 5 years. His was more than that.
Yeah.
Lil Pump, at least 5 years. There's so many people that blew up as at least 5. Travis Scott, same shit. He kind of blew up when was with Rich Homie Quan and all them shit. Like,
I'd say the fastest and biggest is probably Juice WRLD. Mm-hmm. Maybe, because hold on, because Lucid Dreams was his like blow up, right?
Mm-hmm. His album, Good Riddance. I forgot what is it.
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
Yeah. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Really early.
Yeah, Lucid. Hold on. When did Lucid Dreams come out? What was his first fucking single? I'm pretty sure it was Lucid Dreams. Yeah, Lucid Dreams came out in 2017. Mm-hmm. And he blew up on that.
2016 was like, yeah.
Yeah, and he blew up on Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
But that's the fastest out of anybody I've seen. That's the fastest I've ever seen anybody blow up. And that's just because like he did numbers with Lucid Dreams, and then after that he was able to build on it.
Damn.
But like other than that, like who you said X?
Mm-hmm. I think he started in like 2015 or something. Because I know some of them have like older SoundCloud songs.
Mm-hmm. True.
So it's like, they started releasing music during this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2015 Riot. What did he blow up on?
Yeah,
would you say?
I think it was Riot.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. Well then, yeah, he was probably on SoundCloud.
Because there was a song that was like fucked up.
That's.
What song is that? That was with Ski, I think.
That's Take a Step Back, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. But he was doing shows singing that shit like early, like when he had like no hair. Like he had hair, but like it wasn't. It was like, yeah.
His trademark.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 2016 was the year for music, but it was the worst year for me, bro. So much shit happened to me. Yeah. That was a horrible year for me.
I feel like these past few years, it's been like a bad year, and we're like, damn, this next year's gonna be great, and then it's fucking worse.
Yeah.
And like, especially with 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going into 2021, people are like, oh, it'll be better, and then, shit happened with like the Capitol and like
the Capitol
riots.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
Because that was like
that was wild.
The second week of the year.
Yeah.
But 2021 has been a crazy year, but it was nothing like last year. Like last year was fucking horrible.
It was wild.
I
think here's the thing. Like people get frustrated because there's expectations, and expectations come from when there's a refresh in time construct. So when people say, "Oh, new year, new me," and then they get disappointed because nothing changed, they get a little crazy, and then they start having worse behaviors than they previously were. So the way I look at it is like, I take things day by day, but it's at the same time I'm like, okay, how much progress did I make from It's really just discipline, but a lot of people aren't disciplined like that, especially older people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know what's crazy, man? Fuck y'all old people, bro. Here's why. How the fuck are you gonna go to a restaurant, right? Have a conversation with your grandkids, right? And be like, "Oh, I had it hard growing up, bitch. Why are you complaining about service? You fuck, bitch. You did not have it hard growing up. It feels like you had a silver spoon, shitty motherfucker.
Yeah.
God damn, I had it hard growing up. Oh, the service was shit today. Like, and then you give them no tip, bro. Suck my dick, bro. God damn, you did not grow up in a hard place.
Yeah. One thing I hate hearing, and like nobody, like none of like the people in like none of like my grandparents do this really.
Yeah.
But like I see people online all the time where it's like older people, especially from like the boomer generation, like they're like these younger generations are so like spoiled and so like everything. Y'all the ones that raised us.
Yeah, y'all the one that raised y'all's parents.
Well, sometimes y'all the one that raised our parents.
Yeah.
And then it trickled down.
Yeah.
And two, like it was easier to do shit back then.
Yeah.
Like getting a job that paid well was so much easier back then. And so that's where they're like, oh well, you know, this younger generation's so spoiled. Like, you know, you gotta, you know, I don't know, because like we'll complain about like minimum wage, and they're like, well, why are you complaining about minimum wage? Like, get a better job. It's harder to do that now. So like,
exactly.
If you have a minimum wage job, then you're almost stuck there because now you have to have a degree. But how the fuck are you gonna pay for college on a minimum wage job?
Exactly. And here's the thing: it's like it was easier for them to get any type of job back then, but it was harder for them to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they have that complaint, but we have the complaint of, well, we have a lot of jobs offered to us. We can do it. It'll be easier, but they're limited because of the technology that's evolving, that's taking our, our jobs damn near.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just the competition is fierce as fuck. The competition is fierce. Like, I feel like back in the day, it was like, the way that it's so crazy. The way that my mom talks about how good her high school days were, and then compared to me and Destiny's experience when we were talking about it with her, it's like night and day. She's like, "Are you serious? They don't let y'all eat outside and smoke fucking hella weed. They don't let y'all do crack on the sidewalk anymore.
Oh
what?
My God.
Like, no, mom, no. They stopped that a while back. So crazy, but like just shit like that, it's so different. Like back then I feel like it was much more lenient. Everybody was a little bit more rebellious. There was less competition, obviously. And now it's just like, if you're not on your game, you'll be in the streets. And and that's not to say that y'all like did a lot for us to make sure we started off on the right foot, but it's just like, you can't compare generations. Like, we can't compare our generation now to our kids' generation when we grow, because it's
different.
It's gonna be different. Like, the competition's gonna be probably a lot of jobs are gonna be taken by AI robots. Like, that's what I like 100% feel.
Yeah,
like
it's pushing it, and then that's when you need more skilled labor. But then if you can't get into college, how are you gonna have the skilled labor? So then you gotta do minimum wage shit.
Yeah, and that's not enough. And there you go. See, and
to like. For a while, I was like on the fence about raising the minimum wage, because like in my mind at least, I was like, that's gonna hit like small businesses, because like how are they gonna hire people? But apparently, it doesn't affect them the way I thought it would, at least in my head, because like if they were to have to pay their people more, then like I don't know, it was some study that was done like countrywide, and like the business was just impacted in a positive way. Yeah. And so that was the only thing I was like, well, maybe not. But no, like now I'm like, yeah, raise the minimum wage, because like people can't live off of $7.25, $7.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Like, that's not enough.